Got it.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Right now, and of course a good evening and a good morning, I suppose, to all the people joining us from around the world to this original live stream from the Sepang International Circuit on the final day and the final round of the Malaysian Championship Series 2017. This is round 5, and as you can see, it is a wonderfully sunny, beautiful day at My name is Jeevan Selvanathan, and I will be taking you through this final round. Hello? Hello? Yeah, okay. And I'll be taking you through this final round of the Malaysian Championship Series 2017, round 5. As I said, all those cars that you see on the grid right now have been through a rigorous season since March this year. There have been 4 rounds before this. And I can tell you now that, of course, with every tournament and every championship that happens, then there's always a few names that do manage to get closer to the top. And I'll be getting through those in just a second. That's the track, the Sepang, the wonderful Sepang International Circuit track, 5.542 kilometers, 15 total corners with a longest straight of 927, 5.3 meters. And that straight, or those 2 straights leading onto the back straight, could be the areas that make all the difference. Now, this is a race that all of these races have been looking out for, and as I did say, there are a few names that have come to the top of the table, I suppose you could say, and they are Lai Wei Sing, Mitchell Chia, Kifli Othman, and of course their teammates as well, Mark Darwin and Alif Hamdan and Nahan Nayan. These are the people that have been winning the first 4 rounds. As I said, round 1 was on the 10th of March. That was a double win for Lai Wei Sing and the R Engineering team. I'll tell you exactly where they have qualified in just a second. On the 7th of April, it was Mitchell Chia, current championship leader, by the way, and Kifli Othman, who took the 2 races, because there are, of course, 2 races that make up every Malaysia Championship Series round up here at Sepang. Round 3 saw the continuing rise of Kifli Othman and the Dr. Mayhem Racing team. But unfortunately, he ran into some troubles in race 2 for round 3, and round 4, well, that was Fadzil Alang that won the first race, but also ran into a lot of troubles, and that left Mitchell Chia to win. Now, as we look at the grid, look at those names, the exact names I was talking about. Kifli Othman, undoubtedly or debatably the fastest man on the track this season. He's in pole position with a 2:27.267. Nahanayan and Alif Hamdan in second spot. Fadzil Alang, there you go, with his teammate Fikri Rahim in third, and Mitchell Chia, the man that everyone is talking about in that number 29 car. Laiwi Singh is the more experienced. Mitchell Chia is only 19. He's in fifth, and Calvin Wong and Sim Kwong Tek are in sixth. Desmond Yee and Tae Kian Boon make up row 4. Ahmad Akid and his teammate Farik Haruma and Miguel Kong and Wong Leong Man in number 10. Nasri Said, Aswan Ahmad and Adrian Chong make up row 6. Kisavamurti, M. Aslan and Pao Fan Lao make in row 7. Ye Xiang Lim and Alan Tam are in row 8. And of course this is moving into the Malaysian touring class now. Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy, talking about the Malaysian touring car, they've actually essentially sealed up this title on row 9 with Kenny Lee and Neo Hen, who have actually been battling them for a while now. YC Fu, Admin Sharrell and CY Yong in row 10. Roy Tang, Jonathan Z, Hui Wei Lung and Yuan Hu Lin in row 11. Chan Hua Lip and Geraldine Reed in row 12. Damien Yam, Alvin Lim, Brendan Lim and Alex Wong in row 13. There should be just 2 more rows left. Amrul Haikal and Afiq Haikal and Ifwat Atta and Shasa Shafi in row 14. And finally, Jean-Charles Ivan Curries is the last entrant today. Now, of course, today being round 5 and being the final round, it's a little bit different from the first 4 rounds. The first 4 rounds were based on a 1-hour endurance format. That would leave just 1 pit stop from right between the 20th minute and the 40th minute for these cars to come in and get themselves fixed up for the rest of the race. This final round, round 5, is a 300-kilometer endurance race. So set yourself down in your chair and brace yourself, because this means that there are a few changes, of course. With 300 kilometers, you now have 2 pit stop windows, 1 pit stop window between the 12th and 45th lap, but within that you can actually have 2 5-minute pit stops, and this is different, refueling is allowed as well, as long as it's from the organizers' refueling track. Everything else has been taken care of. Now this means there's going to be a different strategy for the likes of Nahan Nahan. You can just see him off on the right in the black and red our engineering car there. Kifli Othman off on your left with the gold and silver Dr. Mayhem racing car. And those 2 cars, as I said, have made an impact. And the 2 cars behind them, Fadzil Alang and Mitchell Chia's number 29, they are the ones that have also picked up wins as well. Now, before we get any further, you've just seen the 3-minute board, which means that the grid will be clearing rather quickly before they move off onto their warm-up lap. Rolling start still, that is still in effect, whether it's a 1-hour or a 3-hour race, but they will have to go behind that rather shiny looking safety car. What a wonderful day it is up at Sepang International today. I have to say, I was just walking around outside and it really is a peach of a day, as they say. Now, if you want to find out all the results from any of the previous 4 rounds, of course, you can get onto www.sepangcircuit.com. Everything is up there. And of course, if you get onto the Facebook page, you can actually watch all those races as well, because that is the wonder of the digital age and live streaming, which is what you're watching right now. Now, isn't that a beautiful sight? Look at all those wonderful cars in that blazing hot sun. Now, the blazing hot sun obviously means this could be a little bit different in terms of endurance on the Sepang International Circuit. All the 1-hour endurance races beforehand, of course, well, you might catch some rain, you might be in the sun, you might be overcast. 300 kilometers and 54 laps, which is what this is going to be, could mean that you might have to chase some different weather conditions, but hopefully it's going to stay this sunny and we're going to see some great racing. Now, I did say as they get onto the 1 minute board and while they get onto their warm-up lap, I would just give you an idea as to where we are in the championship right now, because that's what it's all about. This is the business end of the Malaysia Championship Series, and this race could change the outcome for a good few drivers. First of all, Mitchell Chia is up on top with 76 points after a great win in race 2 of round 4. Abdul Katir and Lai Wei Sing. Mitchell Chia, don't forget, 19 years old as well. Lai Wei Sing, a little bit more experience in his R Engineering Honda FD2. Well, he's on 74 points. That's a 2-point difference between the top two. Then there is a bit of a drop down. It's, I think, 15 points before Mark Darwin and Yu Xiang Lim turn up in 4th. But they are, and this is the other great story, absolutely tied dead on 59 points with Baron Sim. So it could be something for Baron Sim as they get underway for that warm-up lap. Wonderful roar from outside the commentary box. Now, of course, it is a 2-hour race, so if you do want, or if you are in the area and you wouldn't like to get up to Sepang to watch this final round of the Malaysia Championship Series, the Main Grandstand is actually free entry. I can tell you that now. A little secret between you and me. But you can also get yourself paddock passes as well, and get yourself into the paddock and get up close and personal with, well, now the race has started, obviously. We'll just get a much better view and get into those top areas where you get some really fantastic, stunning views of the track. So all the cars are going to have a different strategy for this. As I said, there is a fight for the top 2 in the championship. There's a fight for the for 3rd and 4th. And in fact, to be honest, Fadzil Alang in 5th has also done himself a great favor by having that win in round 4, because that's put up to 53 points. Now, all of this in context: 15 points for a win, 12 points for 2nd, 10 points for 3rd, 8 points for 4th, and then it drops down from 5th to 10th, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as you can tell, with those amount of points available, and 2 points between the top 2, and nothing between 4th and 3rd, 3rd and 4th, and another 6 points back to 5th, and another 3 points back before Keith Hoffman turns up on 6th. Now, I did say at the beginning of this lap, this warm-up lap, that Keith Hoffman probably, debatably, the fastest man in these touring cars over the 4 rounds. And if I had to tell you the story of Keith Hoffman and the Dr. Mayhem racing team, I wouldn't have time over the season. Keith had to deal with, well, almost blacked out nighttime conditions on one of the races I remember I was here for. But also he had a shunt in one of the early races. He had a last-minute retirement in round 4, which was just heartbreaking for him. And he was almost kicking in the side tire wall, because you could just see his frustration from that. So he's got a lot to prove here, but with that, unfortunately, even if he does win here, he's not going to be able to take top spot, and top spot does come with some prizes as well. We can start talking about the prize money. Well, if you're in the touring production class, that's the likes of Keith Lee and, of course, most of the Honda FD ZRs and the Honda FD2s, then first place, 11,000 ringgit plus a trophy. Second place, 9,000 ringgit. And third place, 8,000 ringgit. So this really is the business end, the end of this race. I've just said the top 3, and I've just told you that there's only about 15 to 20 points separating them. So anything could change here. And on top of that, in the touring, Malaysian touring class, 10,000 ringgit for the title champions. And I can tell you now, that's essentially Nick Marr and Chris O'Shaughnessy already. 8,000 for second and 6,000 for third. So those are the big prize money. But really, the Malaysian Championship Series has been a lot more than just about winning prize money at the end of round 5. Each of the rounds have been played out on this wonderful Herman Tilke design F1 grade state-of-the-art Sepang International Circuit. And each of these drivers and their teammates in these cars have raced on this track in various conditions and know the racing line. They know it down to a micro detail. So to take these big touring car chassis, of course, one of the requisites for the Malaysia Championship Series is that each of these cars is capable of seating 4 seats. It is a mass production car. Yes, it has been tuned up. Yes, they do wear head and neck support hand systems to protect themselves, of course, from the speeds that they go at. But these are road cars, so they are not meant to be thrown into corners at 100, 120 km, and trust me, that's what some of these drivers do. As we get to the start, we've got the 4 red lights. They turn green. Round 5 of the Malaysia Championship Series is on. I can see Lai Wei Sing moving off to the left again. Keithley's just blocked him off a little bit. And it's Nahan that's taking a straight line down. But it looks like Keithley's going to get the edge into turn 1. Lai Wei Sing just behind him. Just a sandwich just there in between all 3. Thankfully, all the cars seem to have got away. No shunts. As I was just saying, these touring cars are bigger. They have bigger chassis. They have a lot of power to weight to throw around. So it is, especially these times, early laps when they are very close together. It is a little bit more difficult to judge braking distance. Now that looks like it's Keithley that has settled into the lead. That was Nick Marr, Christian Charles, I just saw that brightly coloured Suzuki Swift, but it is in fact Keithley. That's Mitchell Chia after that. After him, Lai Wei Sing has settled into 3rd, and these are the 3 cars that we wanted to see right from the beginning. Once again, 54 laps of the 5.542 kilometer track. I was just touching on the different strategies. Of course, if you have an 11 or 12 lap race, then your strategy is different. But if you've got 2 hours and you've got 54 laps and 2 pit stops of 5 minutes, I wonder what each of these drivers are going to do now. Lai Wei Sing looks like he's getting a lot of trouble already from Fadzil Alang. Fadzil Alang just looks like he's glued to the back of Lai Wei Sing's R Engineering. That's a difficult position for Lai, because he's of course going to be wanting to attack the front 2 of Mitchell Chia and Keithley Othman, but he's also now going to defend that line as they get into the back straight. The last thing you want to do is concede your position. That is a fantastic grip that Fadzil Alang seems to have on Lai Wei Sing. Look at that, it's just bumper to tail, and he's taking the inside line, and I think, no, Lai Wei Sing just cuts him off. Moving wide, trying to get some more speed. Now, with that first lap, the second lap done, I can tell you now that the fastest man on the track is Keithley Othman. He's put in some amazing sector times. 2:30, and 2:30 is his last lap, but 43 seconds in sector 3. He's looking to win this for sure. He knows that he might not be able to win the championship, but he certainly wants to go out on a high. And as already you can see there, as they move into sector 1, just moving into sector 2, he's already building up a slight gap over Mitchell Chia. Now Mitchell Chia, well, he has his own interesting story here, because Mitchell Chia has managed to get to the top of the championship standings by consistently finishing every single race. And there are 2 races in each round, which means he's had 8 straight points finishes. He's the only driver on the grid that has actually done that. So good reliability from him, and I wonder if that reliability is actually going to transfer in this endurance format a little bit more. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Keithley is just putting pedal to the metal, and he is now 1.04 seconds now. Look at that, the fight. Fadzil Alang, Lai Wei Sing, and Nahan just behind him. Well, that's getting faster, that little trio. And they're actually beginning to pull up on Mitchell Chia. Now, I wonder what that's going to lead into. Does so happen that when you you have 3 cars that are fighting for a specific position, they tend to go a bit faster, and then they might just pull in the top 2. Well, Mitchell looks like he's managed to get a couple of good lines into a couple of corners and at least built up that space a little bit more. You're going to watch these cars when you throw them into corners, but the one man that certainly knows how to throw his car around the Sepang International Circuit is Kifli Osman. Fadzil Alang there. Naha just trying and having a quick look on the inside, and I wonder if he's going to pull out the slipstream here. Looking on the inside, he goes on the outside very wide, and I think he's done it. It's going to be close. So close, but well, that's our first near incident of the day. Well, that's the battle right there. That's the tricky part of that. Corners, turns 1, 2, and 3. And then it gives you the inside and the opposite, and then the inside. Good try, though, by Naha Nayan. Now all this fighting behind him means that Kifli Osman is now 2 seconds ahead of Mitchell Chow. Once again, just a reminder, Lai Wei Sing 2 points behind Mitchell Chia in the championship. Now it's early days in this race, as you just look at Desmond Yee in 8th, Calvin Wong in 9th, just on that graphic, but as you can see off to the left of your screen how the pack is shaping up, and already just 3 laps in, 31 seconds separating the cars, but thankfully rough and tumbles just yet. Very dry track. That's going to be great for traction on the tyres. It's just beautiful racing conditions, really. Fadzil Alang putting the pressure on Lai Wei Sing. Tiny bit of a drift there. You can just see how he's pushing that car. So here we go, our top 6. Kifli Osman, Mitchell Chia, Lai Wei Sing, Fadzil Alang, Naha Nayan. Oh, a little bit of a shift there from Fadzil. He's really pushing that car. Now he's got to watch that, of course, because on a hot day like this, that's going to lead to a lot of tyre wear. Now he's in trouble here. This happened in the last lap, and I wonder if it's going to happen again now. That looks like Naha Nayan is going to try it again. This time, may have just done it. The problem here is, again, it cuts on the inside. It gives the advantage back to Fadzil Alang. But then Lai Wei Sing gets in the way, and, well, that is too close to call. There are only a few racing lines on the Sepang International Circuit that you can cleanly overtake. He's trying to get here as well. Naha Nayan has one single agenda, and that is to get ahead of Fadzil Alang at the next corner. Now he's just got to remember that he is driving tail to bumper. So many options going through his mind. Should he brake late? Should he try it? This is the faster part of the course, moving into sectors 2 and 3. I'll just try and get you some times on that. Wow, that's amazing. Fadzil Alang and Naha Nayan are literally lapping 0.02 seconds apart. Both at 2:31, 2:42, and 2:29. It's unbelievable how close they are. While he seems to have dropped back a bit now, maybe he did try a late braking option, didn't quite work out for him. Or it could be be a question of Fadzalalang actually just moving a little bit faster. I have to check their sector times now. Yeah, definitely that is the case. And now he is pressuring Lai Wei Sing for third spot. This is all playing into the hands of those two cars, just drifting off the left of your screen. Mitchell Chia, championship leader, Keith Hoffman in 6th in the championship, but with a point to prove. That was some heavy braking going into turn 15. Now, both Fadzalalang and Na Nayan have caught Lai Wei Sing. And while he goes for the general line, they stay on the inside. It's more a question of, well, more drifting. Now I really do feel sorry for the tyres of Fadzalalang and Na Nayan there. Now there looks to be a tiny bit of debris coming off the back of Fadzalalang's car. You can just see it there. And I wonder if that is a result of this tail-to-bumper race that they've been having for the first 5 laps. 54 laps, remember, in this final. That is definitely something that he's going to want to have to get checked out. The worst possible type of clip, really, because that is catching air as it goes by and it's making him slower. It's almost acting as a mini air brake just on that back left wheel. You'll see it here pretty closely. There it is. And that's not going to be giving him too much grip going into these corners. So a tricky situation there for Fadzalalang to deal with. Lai Wei Sing ahead of him, shutting the door. Na Nayan behind him, just staring at that broken piece of bodywork there and thinking, right, well, how am I going to use that? And there you go, you can just see that Lai Wei Sing's put in the best time, 2:31.133 over this 54-lap race. I'm pretty sure that we're going to see that speeding up. Now this could be it. This could be Fadzalalang doing the best thing he can do, which is get ahead of Lai Wei Sing. Remember, the pit window, which I will inform you of, race control will inform me, and I'll let you know exactly when that is, will only be open at some point between the 12th and the 45th lap. So still a good 7 or 8 laps, and that's Na Nayan trying on the inside. He's got to get it this time. There's no way that Fadzalalang could have shut that down. And I don't think he's going to have the speed to take that back. Well done from Na Nayan now. He's up to 4th. And now he can set his sights on not just Lai Wei Sing, but as you saw just there, just creeping off the side of your screen, Mitchell Chia as well. And there's confirmation of our top 6. Cliffy Offan 3 seconds ahead of Mitchell Chia. Lai Wei Sing 4 seconds back, but then just 1 second between him, Na Nayan and Fadzalalang. And Ahmed Akid coming in there in 6th. Calvin Wong in 7th. Taekian Boon in 8th. Desmond Yee in 9th. Some 23 seconds back. Taekian Boon. Kong Kin Chong and Alan Tam. Along with Kasavomoti in 10th, 11th and 12th. But really, the battle we are looking at right now, and look at that, that is the only thing that could probably be worse than what Fadzalalang is dealing with. That's an entire rear bumper that's been stripped off. And remember, no stopping until the pit window is open. So that's not going to be doing him any favors. And if I'm right, that is, let's check if that is in fact our engineering team. Look like Calvin Wong. Let's get you confirmation on that in just a second. Now, of course, the main reason why you do see, there it is, it's not Calvin Wong at all, it is Miguel Kong. Miguel Kong is going to be feeling that drag on every single corner. And right, when I mean drag, I don't mean drag of the actual piece that is about to fall off, but I actually mean the aerodynamic drag, of course. It's going to really slow him down. Now, to put this back into relatable terms for both you and me watching it, these touring cars, these mass production cars, 300 kilometers, well, that'll just about get you across the country of Malaysia. It's a pretty big drive, and definitely not at the speeds that these guys are going on. Now, a quick update on the Malaysian touring car class. YC ahead of Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy, the elect title winners. Chan Chin-Hua Lip in third, Hua Wei Lung in fourth, Jean-Charles Geraldine in sixth and seventh, Ifat Atan eighth, as we look at a very close turn one. That was Desmond Yee, and by the looks of it, Calvin Wong. No, Desmond Yee and Tae Kiam Bun. N1 Racing Team. Desmond Yee just lost that position, but he's looking to get it back now, and that's a beautiful move. He should have the speed coming through here now. Well, you can just see there the difference in classes, as you have YC Fu with the best time in the Malaysian touring car. That was Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy at the back of that pack. YC Fu there in the Satria. Power Fun just between them. Now, I did say that Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy are elect title winners. That's simply because they are 111 points and championship leaders in the touring production series, and their closest rivals are 75 points, Kenny Lee and Neo Cheng Han. So essentially that's top spot done, but there is a fight in the touring class, and that is the fight for second and third, which is Tan Tien Fu and Kenny Lee, 75 and 64. That's something that could change today. As we look back at this fight for third, fourth and fifth, Lai Wei Sing having to pull every trick out of the book to keep a rampaging Nahanayan from stealing that inside line. Well, that is heartbreak, unfortunately. That's our first DNF. Ye Xiang Lim, most probably, or maybe not. So 8 laps in now. Now most of these drivers, of course, over the season have been used to settling into the last section of the race around now, because of course 11-12 laps is roughly what the 1-hour endurance races were. Completely different situation now. Nahanayan again pushing Lai Wei Sing every single turn. Fadzil Alang still within shouting distance in fifth. Lai Wei Sing, very well-known name around racer, of course, and how he would love to pip Mitchell Chia to the title on the final day. Now to do that, he's going to have to, it must be so frustrating for him. He's literally just, well, he's 9 seconds off Mitchell Chia now. There is our race leader, Kifli Hoffman. I said at the beginning of the race, possibly the fastest man on the track. Well, he's proving it again. The only problem is the Dr. Mayhem Racing team has been some reliability issues over the season. In fact, 3 of the 8 races were DNFs. And he's just set the fastest time here at 2:29.984. So let's hope the reliability of that car can keep going and he can end things on a bang. Now, that was the car that we saw stopped off the track. It looks like it's been restarted, and it also looks like it's just showering debris onto the track. Well, 9 laps in now, so I wonder when this pit stop will be called. No problems for Kifli, of course. Once again, if you've just joined us, this is the final round of the Malaysia Championship Series 2017, round 5. Unlike its previous 4 rounds, this is the 300-kilometer endurance race in the blistering sun under some clear blue skies on the Sepang International Circuit. You're watching the official live stream from SIC. So there, after 9 laps, is our top 6. Kifli Hoffman, Mitchell Chia, Lai Wei Sing, Nayan Fadzalalang and Ahmed Akid. Fadzil Calvin Wong in 7th. Tikan Bun and Desmond Yee in 8th and 9th. As we go through the field, now that's a very interesting situation we've come into now, because that triple battle, that's Mark Darwin just passing, by the way. Mark Darwin and his teammate Ye Xiang Lim have actually had a pretty good season, but as you can see, they're being lapped now by this ever accelerating duo. Used to be a trio, but Fadzalalang has dropped back a little bit. All eyes literally on that yellow, black and red car of Lai Wei Sing and his teammate Abdul Katir. He needs to get away from that 44 car from Nahanayan and start attacking the man in front of him just there, Mitchell Chia, if he wants the title. Wow, looks like Na's going to try again. What amazing defensive driving from Lai Wei Sing. He's just marshalling that line and making sure that Naha doesn't endanger his car. And that is incredible stuff. That's really well done from Lai Wei Sing. Perfect braking, perfect line. And you've got to think that Nahanayan has got his work cut out for him now if he's going to get past someone as experienced as Lai Wei Sing. Plenty of battles happening around the track, I can tell you. This is one of the closest, but Desmond Yee is also having a bit of a fight with Takeout Moon in 8th and 9th, I can tell you that now. And also a little bit down as well. Adrian Chong and Alan Tam in 11th and 12th, also having a bit of a fight. But this is definitely where, well, that's very wide from Nahanayan. And that's going to cost him against someone as experienced as Lai Wei Sing. Lai Wei Sing breathing a little bit sigh of relief that he can take these next 2 corners moving into sector 3 with a little less pressure on him. that's the gap between Keith Hoffman and Mitchell Chia, 3.3 seconds. Credit to Mitchell Chia. As you can see, they've both pulled away from this fight happening here that you're watching on screen. But look at how that one little slide, that one mistake from Nahanayan has really changed the outlook of things in that fight for third. Now this might be the perfect opportunity for Lai Wei Sing to start focusing a little bit more on catching Mitchell Chia. Into turn 15, no troubles this time. And he's definitely not going to have any troubles either. Now that's YC Fu, who is leading the MTC, Malaysia Touring class. Now YC Fu is currently 5th in the championship with 44 points. So this would be a very, very good, well, if you can pull it off, win. As that 15 points should get him into 4th, depending on where Chinhua Lip is. Yep, Chinhua Lip is a couple of places behind. Well, it's going to be tough. But so far, so good. 11 laps in. Kifli Othman, our leader in the touring production class. YC Fu, our leader in the Malaysian touring class. And as you can see, as he just clips the corner there, Kifli Othman, the Dr. Mayhem Racing team have set the fastest time again, 2:29.969. Now the reason why I said it like that was because these guys were qualifying with a clear track at 2:27. So I can tell you now, free practice, Mitchell Chia dominated that with it. Now I've just said the pit window is going to be open in 1 minute, which is going to help the likes of Fadzil Alang for sure. But I was just to finish what I was saying, Mitchell Chia and Fadzil Alang both clocked 2:27 and 2:29 in free practice. That was on Friday. And Kifli Othman and Nahanayan, who are the exact guys that we are watching right now, they clocked 2:27s, 2:27, 2:67s off a clear track for qualifying for this race. And that's what, of course, put them on top of the grid. So for these guys, or for Kifli Othman to have now clocked 2:29 in race conditions and only on lap 11, well, we've got some exciting times ahead, I can tell you. So don't go anywhere. Now, getting into some back markers here. That's Nahanayan in the number 44 car. Lai Wei Sing in the 23 now. I wonder if these back markers have helped Naha a little bit. He's definitely got a bit closer. And the pit window is now open. Race control has just told me that, so you're going to see a stream of cars turn up in this pit window. But don't forget, it's a different pit window as we see both Nahanayan and Lai Wei Sing get past the Malaysia Touring class leader YC Fu there. I think that was YC Fu, yes it was. It is going to take a lot for Nahanayan to outwit Lai Wei Sing, but as you can see, the bottom of your screen, the pit window is open. Now, unlike the other pit windows, 2 5-minute pit stops are available to these drivers. Well, Nahanayan is now bumper to tail again. Just try and put yourself in the helmets of these guys. They're averaging about 135 kilometers an hour, averaging around this track. And you're driving literally a car that is possibly, for its chassis, with its road production status, a little bit too heavy, let's say. 1 foot away from your competitor. That is a touch and go situation. It means that braking takes on a whole new set of rules, especially in some of the rain soaked rounds that we saw, his cars tend to slide forward and slide sideways. Another great move by Lai Wei Sing, just to move across the track and cut that line out. He's doing everything right now. So, who knows what guys? We just watched Nahanayan just try again on the inside, and again, wonderfully cut off by Lai Wei Sing. But just again to reiterate, the drivers are allowed into the pits for 2 5-minute pit stops. Refueling also allowed because it is a 300-kilometer endurance race. So, who knows the changes that we're going to see with these guys, and that looks like a very clean move indeed. There's nothing Lai Wei Sing could do about that. That was some gutsy stuff from Nahanayan. And look at the amount of space and daylight that he pulled with that one single move. Completely caught Wei Sing by surprise. Moved it on the inside, and before you know it, usually Lai Wei Sing was just cutting off that line, but all of a sudden he looked off next to him and he saw half a car next to him, and that means you're not going to be able to close off any line. You have to concede it, and not only did he concede that, but he also conceded turn 2 and 3, which is why Nahanayan now has, I'd say, about a 0.3, maybe 0.4, possibly a 0.5 second gap. Really well done by Nahanayan. Currently 7th in the championship in that R Engineering Honda FDZR, 37 points. Been a good run for him. Like Mitchell Cherry, he's been really reliable, but he had a DNF. Didn't finish race 1 of round 3 and the second race of round 4. But as I said, Mitchell Cherry is the only racer on this track that has managed to score points in every single race so far. Congratulations just for that reliability. 8 points in race 1, 12 points in race 2, 1 in race 1, 15 in race 2, 5 in race 1, 10 in 10 in race 1 and 15 in race 2. Unbelievable reliability from that N1 racing team, Honda Civic. And that, of course, could be the factor that makes all the difference in this endurance race. There's Fazilalang. I'm sure he's going to be coming into the pit soon. Just to fix that back bumper. And Miguel Kong, let's not forget, had that entire bumper off. I can tell you now, a couple of people have gone into the pits. John Charles and Mark Darwin and Ye Sang Lim. Not surprising there, they were having troubles anyway. In fact, if I'm right, and I might have to confirm this later on, it looks from the statistics that Mark Darwin and Ye Sang Lim have actually retired, because they're currently being tracked at 8 laps, and we are on lap 14. So it strikes me as a little bit surprising that they would be that far behind. So I'll get you confirmation on that as soon as we have it. Meanwhile, there's Nahanayan. That's YC Fu from the Malaysia touring class being lapped. There's the touring car classifications. YC Fu just 0.8 of a second ahead of Nick Lai, Chris O'Shaughnessy. You can see him there in that blue, yellow and orange 76 Suzuki Swift. Wow, this is is an interesting battle indeed, because even though they would be considered back markers, they now have to deal with more cars like Fadzil. I wonder if that's... and there's a bit of a touch there between YC Fu and Fadzil. Exactly what I was talking about. Both classes trying to run their own races, but now one has affected the other one, and that is such a significant blow. YC Fu, you can see, has taken a dent on that front fender, and Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy are now leading Malaysia Touring class. Interestingly enough, there is a car under investigation at the moment by race control, and that's John Charles and Ivan Karaz. Find out exactly why in just a second. But what a turn of events in the Malaysia Touring class. YC Fu was happily in charge, got held up by the front markers, you should say, by the leaders, but then a clip. Fadzil with that little rip in his back bumper, slides out, touches YC Fu, and before you know it, this situation, Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy have moved up. They're 16th in the overall classification, but they are number one. And I wonder if YC Fu's got a bit of problems from that dent, because that Satria looks to be going a little bit slower than it was before. Tedco Racing are going to be very concerned. Yes, it actually looks like it's a bit imbalanced. It's coming up the hill there. Well, that is Miguel Kong's car. It's not just the bumper they're working on. Refueling, as you can see there, from the special organizer fuel trucks. Only refueling from that allowed, I can say that. And that's Amirul Heikel in 26th. And some 3 minutes off the pace, and still on 12 laps. Doesn't seem to be anything specifically wrong with the car, but you never can tell what we are. Well, no, there is. Sorry, I stand corrected. It looked like his front right fender was causing a bit of disruption there. We might be able to get another shot of that. Keith Leothman's car sparkling in the sunshine. Now, I'm not going to tempt fate, but I have to say, if that number 46 car is up front and by 5 seconds, then someone as experienced as Keithley should be able to bring it round. If he can keep it right. I say should, though. He's currently clocking the fastest time, that's for certain. What a season Keithley's had. Shunt in the second race. And then was that 1 minute from the end. He was literally 3 or 4 corners away from winning race 2 of round 4, and then the car died on him. But he really has caused some headlines this season by winning the middle races, the middle rounds, round 2 and round 3. Got himself up, and now cars are streaming into the pit. Fadzil Alang, unsurprisingly, about to get his car fixed. Now you can just see at the front of his car, just up on the left, now that looks like where he may have contacted YC Fu. Of course, the pit stop's a bit longer this time. Refueling does take a little bit longer. You can't just get in and out in like 8 or 10 seconds. So once this pit window is over and closed, and that will be in about 15 minutes, and then we'll be able to restructure exactly what's going on. The main strategy, there is always one main strategy in sports, is to get as far ahead as possible of your competitors before coming in to pit. And that's what Keithley's trying to do right now in that car. But he's not quite far enough of Mitchell Chia, our championship leader. Don't forget that 19-year-old Mitchell Chia only took the lead of the championship in the last race, race 2 of round 4, with a win. So it really has been a fairy tale story for him. And that looks like Miguel Kong coming out, and I'm sure he's going to have a better bumper than he did before. That's right. Shows respect pit lane speeds. We've seen a lot of people breaking pit rules. They don't intend to do it, of course. I suppose it's just the excitement of the day, or of course in some higher classes we've seen it done on purpose. As Keithley Hoffmann cruising through turns 1, 2 and 3 in that Honda FD2. And if I may say so myself, a beautifully decorated Honda FD2. And on a sunny day like this, it's a sight to behold. Talking of sights to behold, you want to catch the last part of this race, get yourself up to Sepang International Circuit. Main Grandstand is free. And don't forget, of course, the big one, the celebrating 19 years of Formula 1. That's coming up next month, the 29th and 30th of September. Be here and get in touch with www.sepangcircuit.com for all of your ticketing details for the Formula 1 race. It's going to be absolutely amazing. That's the time when the likes of Keithley Hoffmann and Naha Nayan will be with me, in fact, in the grandstands watching the F1 cars. Now, Keithley skillfully negotiating his back markers. 11 seconds now ahead of Naha Nayan because Mitchell Chia has come into the pits. In the pits, he's dropped down to 3rd. Naha Nayan has come up to 2nd. This is where things get interesting. Once again, Jean-Charles and Ivan Curas, the only cars currently under the scrutiny of race control, under investigation. No such troubles for this man. YC Fu, there's that dent from the car. Not his fault. That looks like Desmond Yee that's ahead of him. Now I wonder if that's... No, I just thought there may have been a little more damage to that car. But there is, in fact, that was almost a full side slam that YC Fu had to put up with. Unlucky on his part. Really had nothing to do with him. Fadzil Alang, the man who was responsible for that side slam, is now coming out of the pits. Mitchell Chia still in the pits. As you can see there's a lot more damage to the side of that Satria Neo. There's Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy, the leaders now of the touring class, thanks to that shunt. And there's also a little bit of... So the pit window will be closing around about 4:15. That's what we've heard. That gives plenty of time for all of these competitors, both in the touring production class and the MTC, the Malaysia Touring class, to get in, get your cars refueled, get out the track again. Nick Marr, Chris O'Shaughnessy, 111 points. Really good showing from them all season. They too, in their class anyway, have scored in every single race. And the unbelievable stat is that of the 8 races, they won 7 of them. They won round 1 double, round 2 double, round 3 double, and the only race they didn't win was race 2 of round 4. That really is an incredible stat. Now remember, these aren't optional pit stops either. 2 pit stops must be made. So you are going to see 2 rolls of the dice. I suppose you can say, no, that's a very slow-moving car indeed. Well, it is the pit lane, I suppose, so you're going to expect that. And that looks like Nasri and Mohammed Said. Yeah, it is Nasri and Naswan. Now it's kind of up in the air and unknown as to who is going to be driving each of these cars with 2 pit stops. Usually with 1 pit stop, of course, the driver, if you have a teammate, would change with the teammate with the 2 pit stops. Or one driver might stay for the first, the other one might come in for the second, or it could be the other way around. Tedco Sport ruling the MTC Malaysia Touring class. Both YC Fu and Nick Marr, of course. Tedco Racing. Now, interestingly enough, the winners of the last MTC round, Kenny Lee and Neo Cheng Yan, who are in second, are not having the greatest of races today. Overall classification are 22nd, and they are running about 10th by the looks of it, or 7th in the, I'll just get that for you, hold on. They're actually 9th position right now, so very odd to see them down there. So 19 laps. Don't forget that each of the previous 4 rounds was around about 11 to 12 laps plus the leader. And this is all new endurance territory for both classes of car. Of course, the teams would have been prepared for it. They would have run the setups a bit more. That was an interesting little shake there from Desmond Yee. Hot on his tail, take Bun. 1 second between them. That's YC Fu, if I'm right. And that is also Amirul Heikel. I can see in there Calvin Wong's in the pits. And Kifli Othman has now entered the pits. I didn't quite see him at the back there, but this is interesting. Our race leader, there he is right at the front. I think the car looked a little bit different without the sun glinting off it. But there he is, our race leader. He set the fastest time. He's going to get a little bit more juice in the tank. Get out there and fight the second half of this race. We're still actually a little bit underneath halfway, 54 laps. Now I wonder if Pisao Fan will get in the car now and take over this second segment, and whether Kifli will keep building on that lead, because he is extremely fast in that car. That looks like Taekan Bun. So that fight with Desmond Yee seems to be over for a little while. just see the MTC cars, the Satrias and the Swifts coming through. Nick Marr, Chris O'Shaughnessy taking a nice inside line, just making sure they stay clear. All they have to do is finish. They are untouchable at the top of the championship. Nick Marr, Chan, and Chris O'Shaughnessy. A lot of celebrations on that podium, I can tell you. But one impressive stat, as I said. That Suzuki Swift, 7 wins out of 8 races this year. Obviously wonderful cornering skills, but in terms of speed as well, no one has been able to catch them. Now, our top 4 of Kifli Othman, Naha Nayan, Laiwi Singh, Ahmad Akid, and Aman Akid and Desmond are all in the pits. Just looking to see where Mitchell Cher is. Mitchell Cher is still, by the looks of it, no, he's out. He's currently in 14th, but of course, he's on 19 laps. So Kifli Othman and Naha Nayan have both made sure that they completed 21 and 20 laps. So they essentially have 2 laps to get their car refueled, re-engineered, well, to a certain extent anyway. In fact, not re-engineered at all, they're just fixed up. And they should still be ahead of Mitchell Cher when he comes out. Now, not only have they won 7 out of 8 races and racked up 111 points and are most probably going to be winning, but they've also set the best time. Chris O'Shaughnessy and Nick Marr. That is Mitchell Cher. He's just put in best time 2:30 because he wants to catch up, as you can imagine, with Kifli and Naha Nayan, who are still in the pits. Absolutely throwing that car into Sector 2. Now, if you didn't hear the championship standings at the beginning of this live stream, just 2 points separate the top 2 in the championship standings for the touring production class. 76 points for Mitchell Cher, who you just saw on your screen, and 74 for Laiwi Singh, who's also in the pits at the moment. So things are going to be very interesting. Mark Darwin and Yusang Lim, pretty much, well, they're back out on the track now. I can tell you they've completed 15 laps, but very far out there is Kifli Othman, he's out. And if I'm right, that's Mitchell Cher just behind him. Now the question is, are they both on the same lap? They should be. Yes, they are. That's an unbelievable time for Kifli Othman to come out of the pits, because if I'm right, they have synced in absolutely perfectly. We'll find out as soon as they cross the finish line. By my calculation, there's Laiwi Singh. He's on his out lap. Kifli, Laiwi Singh, and Mitchell Cher all on 20 laps. Naha Nayan on 21 laps, but in the pits. So everybody is in exactly the right position they need to be to kick this off again, and Laiwi Singh has decided just to up the ante a bit by setting his best time of 2:30. Well, that's an unbelievable situation that Kiefer Othman and Mitchell Chia should come out of the pits. Both of them. Mitchell of course went in first. Kiefer stayed out for a couple of laps, went in, came out. Both are refueled now, and they essentially took up the exact same positions on track and in time in terms of laps than that they did before they went in. Unbelievable. So as they get into the back straight, that is Nick Marr and Chris O'Shaughnessy. Now remember, another pit stop will be called for by both Keith Lee and Mitchell Chia. I wonder if they're going to do the same thing again. I really don't know. Really can't tell you right now. Once again, as I said, it's just past 3 p.m. Malaysian time. And the pit window should be open till 4:15. So now that looks like some very unhealthy smoke. Lai Wei Sing on the inside of what looks like a back marker. So currently, Lai Wei Sing in 10th on 21 laps. Keith Lee in 7th, also in 21 laps. Mitchell Chia also in 21 laps in 9th. So the only difference is that Mitchell Chia is about 14 seconds ahead of Lai Wei Sing. But as I was talking about, Chia is literally just on the heels of Kiefer Othman. Still a lot more racing to come in this final round. If you've just joined us, this is the official live stream from the Sepang International Circuit, and you are watching the Malaysian Championship Series finale, round 5 of the 2017 season. This wonderful initiative that was set up by SIC just 2 years ago has delivered all the thrills and spills, and also highlighted some of the really good drivers and talent in Malaysia in that time, and put them onto your screen right here. So as we look at lap 22 for the touring production, Tae Kian Boon currently in the lead, Alan Tam in 2nd, Adrian Chong in 3rd, Nahan Nayan, Kiefer Othman and Mitchell Chia in 4th, 5th and 6th. But don't forget that Tae Kian Boon is currently in the pits. So is Adrian Chong. So this was this area of the race that I was talking about beforehand, where because of this pit stop strategy, because of the fact that Lai Wei Sing here and all of the other cars are going to have to go through 2 pit stops, places will change. The formation will change, the table will change, the standings will change, and then after that, it will be about 20 frenetic minutes, I would have thought. Of racing, not just to the end of this race or to the end of the line, but to the end of the Malaysia Championship Series 2017. A championship that, to be honest, has been dictated a lot by that car that you're watching now, Lai Wei Sing and Abdul Qadir. Could well be Abdul Qadir behind the wheel now, actually. There's Nahan Nayan. In fact, on that note, it might just be Alef Hamdan who's taken over in that seat. There's YC Fu. Oh, nice move. Nice move. Cuts the line off. That was Pao Fan that was denied twice. And there was a little hand gesture as well that came out. Don't think that Waisifu is too happy with the way that it is, of course, track etiquette that if you're being lapped, that you should get out of the way pretty easily. That looks like Desmond Yee coming out, Chris O'Shaughnessy, and let's get an idea on who that third car coming out is. So, most of our chief protagonists have now been in for a pit stop, got a bit of fuel. And once again, there is Nayan up at the front. See Lai Wei Sing off on your right now, pulling in. Well, those are the outlaps done. Now let's just see how everything settles down. All you gotta do is cross the start line. And the electronics will do the rest. Well, this is an interesting situation. Kifli Othman in third, Mitchell Chia in fourth, 6 seconds between them. Nahan Nayan in fifth, another 14 seconds back. 1 second behind him is Lai Wei Sing, and that is that battle that you're watching right now. So these are verified positions. Best time there for Alan Tam, who is currently leading. I'm not sure if Alan's come in for a pit stop yet. He should be. He should be the only one that hasn't, in fact, being on 24 laps, but we'll see. Current race leader, and there you go, there's a confirmation of it. Kifli Othman, 1 lap back. Jilcha, 1 lap back. Nayan, 1 lap back. Lai Wei Sing and Calvin Wong, 1 lap back. So it's looking pretty much like Alan's going to have to come in for a pit stop at some point, because he didn't take those positions. And here he comes, almost bang on time. Which means, with that entrance, one of the last people to pit. There's a lot of other people still in there now. Kenny Lee and Neo Hian now in the pits. Miguel Kong back in the pits as well. I think that might be his second stop, I'm not sure. That means that Kifli Othman has moved up. And there he is. Should be back in front of Mitchell Chia. But after that first pit stop, for both of them, Kifli is now still only 4 seconds ahead of Mitchell Chia. Is this Dr. Mayhem car going to last the distance? A bit of background on Kifli Othman. As I said, he's a well-known name around here. Started off in 2009, Formula Renault V6. moved on in 2012 to the Asian Touring Car Series, Malaysia Endurance Race in 2012, the Asian Touring Car Series in 2013, and also took part in the Sepang 1,000 kilometers in 2013, the Asia Cup Series. He's definitely an experienced man, knows what he's up to. Now that's a stopped car. Looks like a bit of a spin out, but up and running again. There is Keithley. So what you're looking at each of these corners is 9 years of experience. There is Mitchell Chow, just behind him. Remember, Mitchell Chow just needs to really finish second. Lai Wei Sing is in 5th at the moment, so if things stay this way, Lai Wei Sing's going to pick up 6 points. Mitchell's going to pick up 12 points and the title. If only Keithley Othman could have won that race in round 4, then this would have been a different situation. He would have had a shot for the championship and a shot for the title as well. But it was nothing but a blown engine that stopped him from doing that. That's Alan Tam's car, and it looks like it's been raised. Looks like a few problems there. So Keithley now 6 seconds ahead of Mitchell Chow. Now, as you can imagine, by competing in all those races, including the Sepang 1,000 kilometer, Keithley knows the racing line, and with nobody ahead of him and nobody behind him to pressure that line, as I said, if he can keep it, all the pressure is really on this man, Mitchell Chow. Mitchell, as I said, doesn't need to win. He can come second, but just to make sure, especially with a second pit stop on the way, he's going to want to get as far and as fast as possible to try and make this work. Lap 25 is what we're on now. That can be considered pretty much halfway through this final race. And Alan Tam is out the pits. Interestingly enough, that looks like YC Fu's car. Yes, YC Fu, or possibly Admin Sharul. And Tedco Racing car is in the pits. Alan Tam on his outlap, so Keithley Othman has now been officially recognized as our race leader. 26 laps done. The best time of 2:29. The only driver so far on track to have broken the 2:30 mark. Now, I can tell you that whatever was the problem with Mark Darwin and his teammate, they seem to have at least fixed it. Don't forget that Mark Darwin and Usain Lim are 3rd in the championship standings, but they seem to have fixed it as they are lapping at 2:30, which is up with the leaders, except for the fact that they are in 24th position right now. So something went very wrong in the early part of this race. Mark Darwin, which is a shame. Always producing headlines, Mark Darwin. remember in race 2 of round 4, he was literally involved in every incident that we saw in the highlights. That's a claim to fame. Keep the off one coming up to lap. One on the back marker. Behind him, Calvin Wong in the green R engineering car, and that should be Mark Norman is on the right. Well, Calvin Wong just put in the best time of 2:38.27. Now that is not lapping, that is not a back marker, that is Calvin Wong in 4th, who is 0.0001 of a second behind, you guessed it, Lai Wei Sing and Abdul Qadir, which is close enough for him to take a pop now. But again, you can just see Lai Wei Sing just keeping that line guarded. There's no way when you make the turn, you want to see half a car next to you. Now, saying that though, Calvin's taken a very, very aggressive line into that turn 15. Didn't work out for him. Lai Wei Sing is just too skilled for that kind of behavior. Sifu out on the track again. Now here you go again. Lights flashing. Is Calvin going to have a go? Again, Sing cuts the line down. How much longer can he keep this going? Tail tries it on the inside, but there again you just saw the chassis of a touring car just pulling both of the cars away out with the centrifuge through the corner. It's so much more difficult than the likes of an F1 car or a Le Mans car that is meant to grip the road. These cars were not designed ultimately for racing conditions. They have been tuned up so they fit racing conditions, but it means that the faster you go, the lighter that car gets. And you can just see the roll when they come into those spoilers at the back. Do a great amount for stability, yes, but not necessarily downforce when you have those lights are flashing, I'm sure. But Sifu to, yes, concede the line because there's a big battle going on here. Still, Calvin tries on the inside. He may have got it this time. That's exactly what I was talking about. Lai Wei Sing cannot cut that line down because there was a car in it. And now he's going to have to go and play the attacking game. Something, by the way, he is very good at. Once again, it could be Abdul Qadir in there, in that number 23 car. Didn't get it that time. Well, after all of his wonderful defensive work, now that is going to affect the championship, sadly, because one spot down means another 2 points off. And Mitchell Chia is in second. So Mitchell Chia is cruising to 12 points. And that 12 points will definitely give him the title. And when you're getting down to that 28, Mitchell Chia essentially needs Lai Wei Sing, there he is, needs Lai Wei Sing to overtake him if he's going to win the championship. Mitchell taking it nice and easy as he goes past Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy. In fact, those are the two cars that will most probably at this point in the race be the overall champions. They're taking all the cash and all the trophies. Mitchell Chia should be winning the touring production. Should, I say should. And Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy effectively already have. So good shot there of what could be two possible winners. Both of them, as I said, raced very reliably over the 6 odd months since March. Both the only two cars that have scored in every single race. But this car, 7 wins out of 8 races, 111 points. So Mitchell Chia with another clear run. Now that is a little bit of debris. I doubt it's debris. I don't think it looks too light to be debris. Looks like a bit of detailing. That seems to be flapping in the wind. It's not going to cause that much drag. So our leaders, well, Mitchell Chia, not a leader. Mitchell Chia 8 seconds behind our leader Keith Lee, but Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy about to make it. Let's not forget, 8 wins out of 9 if they can continue this. That would be a fantastic stat. Keith Lee, meanwhile, eases his way past another back marker. Last lap was 2:32.292. Maybe it's Pisafan. But either way, both of them are handling that car. There are our top 6: Keith Lee, Mitchell Chia, Calvin Wong, Lai Wei Sing, Na Nayan and Ahmad Akin. As I said, Lai Wei Sing needs to get himself into second, and Mitchell Chia needs to get himself into third or fourth if the championship is going to change. And as you saw from the times just now, that could be a bit of an ask for Lai Wei Sing. Keith Lee down the back straight. No pressures getting into turn 15. And as he crosses the line, I'll just tell you the difference. That's his 30th lap. Well, it would be a good story for Keith Lee to be winning this race, if he could. That's the gap between him and second place Mitchell Chia, 7.801, so Mitchell is closing a little bit. But it would be great after 2 wins and a second for Keith Lee to round off the season with 15 points. Now, that's a car that is not supposed to be going at that speed, and there's a skid as well. I thought as much. That's Desmond Yee. I wonder if he's got problems with the brakes. Oh, it looks like possibly he's just lost some drive there. Hazards are on. That looks like a heartbreaking end for Desmond Yee and the N1 Racing team in the final race. There's Keithley, there's Mitchell. So consistent, Mitchell Chow over the 8 races. 2 wins, 2 thirds, a second, a 4th, and a 6th were his finishes. There is that old saying, speed doesn't win races, skill does, and it takes skill to make sure you are reliably in the points over the space of 6 months. Wow, how about that? That was a massive. It looked like a tyre blowout for Mitchell Chen. We were just watching. I was just about to say how he was cruising down the back straight. That has to be a tyre blowout. Absolutely, for sure. It looks like the front. Now that is a very interesting situation because it doesn't look like a tyre blowout, but he's definitely coming in now. Thankfully, it was just in the pits. Now, this is going to benefit Lai Wei Sing greatly. I don't know if it was debris. It is a guaranteed tyre blowout, and the pressure of that tyre blowout has actually taken off the left or the right front spoiler, as you can see. This is a very significant moment in this final round of the Malaysia Championship Series, because that is our championship leader who was cruising to 10 points, which would have literally won him the title. Now, depending on how quickly they can fix that tire, look how quickly he gets out the car. Bit of fuel going in there as well. Now, depending on whether they can fix that or whether he's coming out again, just 2 points ahead of Lai Wei Sing in the championship. Well, let's hope that they can get that car out. Now let's just make some calculations here, because Mitchell Chow was in 3rd, Lai Wei Sing was in 4th, and no, it looks, I think, yep, Lai Wei Sing is gonna take 3rd spot for sure. Calvin Wong is in 2nd at the moment, but this car has just had the luckiest break that you could think of at just the right time. Obviously, we are, you know, we're just talking about the cars, and it's great that Mitchell Chow tyre blowout didn't lead to any kind of injury towards him or anybody else. But this is what happens in motor racing, and Lai Wei Sing can really count his lucky stars at the fact that he just has to keep going, and he's going to take the title. They still haven't fixed that tire yet. Wow, they're looking at the balancing of it. They're rushing around. They need to get him back in the race as soon as possible. Lai Wei Sing, meanwhile, is now on the back straight. This is going to be such a momentous moment. The minute he passes on the home straight, absolutely for sure, he's going to suddenly be in the position that he wanted to be in and was probably dreaming about last night. There is Lai Wei Sing, there is Mitchell Chow. He's definitely gone up into 3rd. Mitchell Chow still not out yet, and that is just tragedy, absolute tragedy. Or we could be in for an amazing 22 laps, which is what we have left here. But that will all depend on whether Mitchell Chow can get that car fixed and out of the pits. He's still in the pits now. Unbelievable situation that happened on lap 31, where his tire literally just vaporized, just exploded the front right tire on that Honda Civic, and by doing so, it exploded with such explosive force it actually took off part of the front wing as well. So a lot of, should we say, unorthodox reparations that need to be made by that N1 Racing team now. And meanwhile, Lai Wei-Sing is cruising to not just a better position in this race, but I hate to say it, he's cruising to the championship himself. Lai Wei-Sing was in charge of this championship for the first 4 rounds. Mitchell Chia won race 2 of round 4 and took the lead from him by 2 points. And now, in the most sensational of circumstances, Lai Wei-Sing may have just got his just desserts and come out. Mitchell Chia still in the pits, I can tell you now. So sad, absolutely so sad for the N1 Racing team. As we look at Ahmad Akid in the DNT Racing team. Well, there's Mitchell Chia, he looks like he's coming out. He is coming out, and this is where that pit lane speed regulation is really going to be frustrating. I can tell you that, and I'm not a driver. You have to, well, he's out. He's on his out lap. Car seems to be a little bit wobbly, but look at the damage. It looks like there's just masking tape on the front of that wing, and the tire got changed. Okay, Mitchell, let's see what you can do. Remember, 2 points between him and Lai Wei-Sing. That's Fadzilalang, who has got the rear of his car fixed up. This is not too late, but you'd have to say that he's going to have to rely on a couple of other situations. That would, of course, classify as the second pit stop. So Mitchell Chia now is on all guts, all glory, run straight to the end. We'll wait till he crosses the line. Kifli Othman, meanwhile, out in front. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what the word endurance means. It doesn't just mean the endurance of the driver or your teammate. It means the endurance of your engine, of your car, of your lubricants, of your oils, of your spoiler, of your chassis, everything. And it was just one of those things that has really changed Mitchell Chia's season. Into the back straight for Kifli Othman. As you can see just there off to the left, all the debris caused by that exploding tire which was Mitchell Chia's. I'm sure a fair bit of that would have been brushed away by now. But I'm just worried a little bit about the debris that could have been caused or been lying on the track from that front spoiler. So Kifli crosses for his 34th lap with a 2:33.366. And he is now 23 seconds ahead of Calvin Wong in second. 31 seconds of Lai Wei-Sing in third. But don't forget that third is 10 points. And that might just clinch him the title. In fact, Lai Singh could even make an attack on Calvin Wong in second. He's only 7 seconds behind him with about 20 laps to go. That's something definitely that the R Engineering team could pull off. That is Calvin Wong there. Wow, what a finale to the Malaysia Championship Series. We've seen some incredible racing since March. And one of the rounds I said was they have been played at various times during the day, just to add that extra bit of edge. One of them was pretty dark in terms of the light. Of course, the race officials said it was okay to go. But there's been rain, there's been light, there's been blistering sunshine like this. Second, as you can see there, 23 seconds, and look at that, no Mitchell Cheer in the top 6, but we do have a Lai Singh, Abdul Qadir in the top 3 at this point. Lai Singh, I just heard me slap my hands together because this is unbelievable action from the Sepang International Circuit, and if you've just joined us, you may have just joined us at just the right time on this official live stream from the Sepang International Circuit, covering the Malaysia Championship Series Round 5, final round, just one race in the final round, 300-kilometer endurance race. And what we've seen is the top 2 contenders in the championship battling it out, yes, but this man, or this car, I should say, the number 23, R Engineering Honda FD2, driven by Lai Singh and Abdul Qadir, being almost gifted the title after Mitchell Cheer, our championship leader, experienced the most explosive tire blowout. Mitchell Cheer is now back out, but he is about 2 minutes, by the looks of it, off the pace, and that could be too much. In fact, he's 2 laps back now, so real heartbreaking, Mitchell Cheer. I absolutely cannot put myself in that situation at all. Hot days, endurance races, tire pressures. On that note, it might have to be said, he may have lost the championship, but to have controlled that car that close to the pit wall with a tire blowout, with 2 cars behind him, just shows the kind of skill that Mitchell Cheer has in terms of controlling these things. I was talking about how production cars are a very different prospect when it comes to, as you just saw there, the way they were rolling into the corners. When it comes to power, to weight, all these cars are different. There is the man, Mitchell Cheer. You can see they've just taped up his front bumper. But to have controlled that car the way he did, pretty much at full pelt, it's about 140, 150 kilometers an hour, down the back straight, about 3 foot away from the pit wall. That's exceptional stuff. So he's shown championship quality, but he may not win the championship. The reason I say may not is, of course, if we saw a blowout from our championship leader, let's just hope that we don't see anything happen to Lai Singh. Those 2 are the ones that are really battling it out at the top. There is about a 20-point, maybe a 15-20 point gap between them and Mark Darwin in 3rd place in the championship, but Mark Darwin is definitely not going to be finishing in 3rd. As I'm sure Kifli Othman, with his 15 points, is going to move up to 65 and will finish 3rd. So Kifli could get himself on the podium here. Nick Marcus O'Shaughnessy, as I said, 7 wins out of 8, 111 points for them. Almost a walk in the park, but that's just the driving part of it. The endurance part of it, that's up to your car, and that's up to your team. There are the standings. Nick Ma, Chris O'Shaughnessy, YC Fu, Chinhua Lip. In third, Roy Tang, Geraldine Reed, and Kenny Lee in sixth, which is great, up from ninth. But as you can see, 1 lap behind as well. And Chinhua Lip, currently fourth in the championship, is going to benefit from currently being in fourth as well. Now that looks like Naha Nayan that's come in. Second pit stop for him, I'm sure. Well, I don't know if you just heard that, but I just heard that. They are literally gutting their engines just outside my window. Doesn't look like any specific problems. Let's just see if there is a driver change there. And that's Ahmad Akid and Farid Karaman. Well, yeah, there is a driver change by the looks of it. Charles getting refueled. In which case, that will be Alif Hamdan getting into that 44 car. And it should be Farouk Hariman getting into that number 50 car. Now all that number 23, our engineering Honda has to do is make it to the end exactly where they are. Lap 36. No problems for Kifli Othman. Just started his 37th lap. Just gonna say once again, just really fantastic conditions up here at the Sepang International Circuit. Beautiful day for racing. And while we can see them in shot, also a big shout out to all the organizers, the race stewards, the clerks of the course, race control itself, of course, everybody on the production team as well, bringing you this live stream. Well, Keithley with a few problems with his pack marker, but no, he's through. 2:29.969 now. That is the fastest and still the only car to have broken 2:30. Cars as well now, talking of that weather. So, that is the gap between Calvin Wong and Kifli Othman, 22 seconds. I'm sure Kifli's gonna want to win this. He's absolutely must be. After what happened in round 4 in race 2, and generally these incidents that he's found himself in over the last 4 rounds, he's definitely going to want to bring home this win. His third win for the Dr. Mayhem racing team. Win in round 2, race 1, and win in round 3 of race 1. Also a good second, a good weekend actually, round 3 for Kifli. A first and a second. Round 4 was then followed by DNF when the car broke down, as I said. Now, interesting indicator. And I think this might mean that he's coming in for his pit stop, his second pit stop. And it does. And it's a good thing that he did do that as well, as I've just been informed that another 8 laps from now and the pit window will be closed on the 45th lap. So Kifli Othman, take it nice and easy. Had a 23-second gap over Calvin Wong, who's still got to come in for his second stop, remember. Like we're seeing is also in the pits. As you can see just back there, as is Naha Nayan. So Here we go with the second round of pit stops. Remember, Mitchell Chair has already been in the pits twice. But I do have to say, I think Mitchell Chair is now not going to really be. He's 4 minutes off the pace. And I don't know if that front wing and the new tyre are working out well for him. That's really heartbreaking for him. I'll take it for granted that it's probably Fikri Rahim in that car now. And they are actually 25th, just 28 laps of completed. So something went very wrong with Fadzil Alang's Honda FD2. That's 10 laps off the pace. Of course, these are situations that none of these drivers have had to deal with in the previous 4 rounds, because each of the previous 4 rounds was 11 laps. So it's impossible to be 10 laps off the pace if it's an 11 lap race. There's Calvin Wong. Currently in second, about to momentarily take first. That is, of course, if Kifli Othman is still in the pits. Because Kifli, with no real damage to his car, probably just needs refueling. So Calvin comes into the back straight. You can just see Mitchell Chair's car there. But do not be deceived. Mitchell is a long way away. One thing he can take, of course, as consolation is the fact that he will be on the podium for sure. And it was quite a late run for him as well. And you can just see very clearly there the taping on the right of his front fender just caused from an exploding tire. That was pretty spectacular, has to be said. And they've essentially just put an entirely new wheel on. Well, I'll just check some of his times. Well, he's lapping at 2:30. And his sector times are pretty good as well. 30 seconds through sector 1. Is just 1 second off the fastest we've had, 29.58 by Kifli. But as I said, I think the time it took for the refueling and the fixing and the tire may have just put this championship out of reach for him. Calvin Wong just flashing his lights. Make sure that car in front of him was ready for the move he was about to do. Currently in first on 39 laps, Calvin, but he will be coming in. Kifli still in the pits. It really has been all 4 rounds a battle between the N1 racing team, the R engineering team, and the Dr. Mayhem racing team. And in the Malaysia touring class, Tedco Racing for sure and have just really dominated proceedings. Also a word out for CPK Racing, Mark Darwin's team. They did pretty well. Not in this specific race, but across the course of the season. The back straight for Calvin Wong. And there comes Kifli Othman. And that's, again, perfect timing. So Kifli with his second pit stop. Everything going according to plan. But in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I said about Mitchell Chair. And he had a tire bar. So let's hope that Kifli get through, and as I speak, Calvin Wong takes Kifli the space in the pit area. Comes in for his second stop. As you can see, each of those fuel tanks has the exact car number on there as well. Of racing. Mixed bag of results, but definitely knows this track very, very well. Should be the man that comes out on top, as I'm sure Take Yambun, who's currently locked in front of him, has to come in for his second stop as well. Such a great track. So many inclines, declines. There's like we sing. Oh, Abdul Qadir. Pit window just on the brink of being closer. Everybody's going to have to get in soon. Pit window will close in 5 laps on the 45th lap. And that will just be 9 laps of frenetic racing after that. But what a gift again for our engineering and that 23 car. And Mitchell Chia, who, as I said, was one of the most, or if not the most consistent points finisher over the 8 previous races, has a tire blowout. You literally could not write this as a movie. There he is, Mitchell Chia, just as I am talking about him. But of course now, really far off the pace. He's actually in 5th, and he's 1 minute 42 seconds off the pace here. Now, funny enough, Lai Wei Sing, by being in the pit stop, by taking his second pit stop, has actually come off behind Mitchell Chia, so we might even have a situation where they finish 5th and 6th, which is 1 point each. Currently, Mitchell Chia is in 5th on 39 laps. Lai Wei Sing is also on 39 laps. The difference between them is 4 seconds. And if Mitchell Chia stays ahead of Lai Wei Sing, then he is going to win the championship again. Unbelievable stuff. How things change so quickly in the Malaysia Championship Series, because now Mitchell Chia, according to the timing computers, of course, through the second pit stop, there must have been a very long pit stop by Lai Wei Sing, is 4 seconds ahead of his championship contender, 2 points ahead of him in the league, in the standings, which means, let me just break that down for you. If they finish 5th and 6th, if Mitchell Chia finished 5th, he's going to get 6 points. That's going to take him to 82 points in total. If Lai Wei Sing finishes 6th behind him, however many seconds behind him, he's going to get 5 points, and he's going to finish with 79 points. And that's how close it's going to get. So, now we have round about 14 laps for Lai Wei Sing to catch up those 4 seconds. Well, as we can see there, it's actually 18 seconds that he's ahead. And that difference was obviously a mistake on the computer. 18 seconds, that's a little bit more of a challenge, unfortunately. But still could be done, you never know. Well, so by some almost miraculous circumstances of pit strategy and the intervention of those pits at just the right time in this one-off format 300-kilometer endurance race, Mitchell Cheer could have just got a reprieve, and he could win this championship by 3 points and finishing 5th if he can last out to the end. So we're expecting about 54 laps plus the leader. That will be Keithley for sure. Now just trying to check. Lai Wei Sing has been in for his 2nd lap. Mitchell Cheer has been in for his 2nd pit stop already. And it is confirmed 54 laps, and we're on lap 41 now. So let's just see how this turns out, shall we? No problems for Keithley up front, and he's well on his way to adding to his 50 points in the championship, and therefore making it at 65, and he will guarantee get ahead of Mark Darwin, who will not be finishing in the points, nor will Fadzalala, nor will Baron Sim. So this could be a podium finish for Keithley, and obviously a well-earned win on the final race for his team as well, after being denied so just abruptly in race 2 of round 4. But the really interesting question is what's going to happen between Mitchell Cheer, current championship leader, and the R engineering team of Abdul Qatir and Lai Wei Sing. We're just going to wait for this race to settle into the next 2 laps before we find out. And the gap's about 20 seconds now, so you have to say, based on this, Mitchell might just do it, and how lucky he would be if he did do it after experiencing that incredible tire blowout. Well, now that looks like Alan Tam again, if I'm right, yes. 2nd pit stop for him. The pit window is going to be closing, remember, very, very soon. And in fact, in 3 laps from now. Into the business end of the final round, Malaysia Championship Series. That is the CPK Racing car of Mark Darwin and Ye Xiang Lim. Usually up with the front runners, but had a bit of a tough race today. YC Fu still leading the... well, actually now it's Kenny Lee and Neo Shankian who are currently leading the MTC, as the other 2 are in the pits at the moment. Just get you an update on that, but as I said, that's Chris O'Shaughnessy and Nick Mars going to be coming to the pits. Wow, it looks like they weren't coming in the pits, they were just indicating that they were coming through. Instead of a flash of the main lights, and that indicator is still on. Clear track, sunny day. Taking it nice and easy into turn 15. Keithley doesn't have to do anything else. Just go at 95% from now on, and you should be just fine. You've done the best you can for your team on the day. Once again, if you want to find out any of the full results or race times or free practice or qualifying for not just this race, this Endurance 300, but any of the 4 rounds beforehand, then log on to www.sepangcircuit.com. Very comprehensive website. Not only can you go check on this championship, but you can also get yourself F1 tickets and find out all sorts of F1 information as well. That's coming up on 29th of September, and it's going to be celebrating 19 years of F1, so do get involved. Mitchell Chow with his best time of 2:30. How did he manage to get away with a blown tire and still come out with just the amount of points he needs? He would have loved to have got 10 points for second, third, 12 points for second, and let Keithley win it with 15. But instead, he's hopefully going to be getting up fourth, getting 8 points, and that's going to be 3 points more than our engineering will give him the title. No teammate for Mitchell Chow, driven everything himself. Well, I think the last flurry of cars coming in for their second pits now on lap 43. As you can just see them lining up at the side. That looks like YC Fu's car in front. Just 2 laps left for them to get all their pit stops done, their second pit stops done. That is a far healthier looking Miguel Kong in terms of, well, with no back bumper of course, but unfortunately not very healthy in terms of race position. Just 22 laps completed. So they're 21 laps behind everybody else. Mitchell Chair on 42 laps. Keithley's on 43. Now this is interesting because Calvin Wong is just 1 second behind there. That is a perfectly verified situation. Now I wonder if Calvin Wong is going to cause Mitchell any troubles, any more troubles I should say. Well, he caught up a lot of space, a lot of time there. Mitchell currently running with probably about a 5-point bumper to winning the championship. As you can see there, 16 seconds between Keithley and Mitchell in third. And 1.4 seconds, that's what you're watching in Calvin Wong and Mitchell. Now, this could be, well, it's definitely not the ideal situation that Mitchell Chair was looking for, I can tell you that. Last thing he wants to do is push that front bumper into getting the most. I'm sure it's going to be handling a little bit more rough going into those corners. And the last thing he wants to do is to get the scrap with Calvin Wong right at the end. But Calvin Wong looks like he's got other ideas. Now it's a good pick up from Mitchell. He doesn't like this sweeping part of the course that leads into the back straight. But it looks to me like that car on the Civic is fixed as he drives straight past his own tire debris. Lap 31 that happened. Hats off to the N1 Racing team for getting that tire on and fixing that front bumper with just enough time So Mitchell Chair has now moved into second spot, and that championship is again looking firmly his. He may be 16 seconds behind Kifli Osman, but he's ahead of Calvin Wong. If he can stay that way, they are both 12 seconds ahead of Lai Wei-Sing. So there is an outside chance that if something should happen to these two cars, Lai Wei-Sing could still come through. And if you can see how aggressive Calvin Wong is being, that I think is gotta be our engineering's best chance. Now remember, Calvin Wong is also in an R Engineering car. So there's that beautiful silver and gold Dr. Mayhem car. Been in the lead from pretty much start to finish. Kifli had a great start to this endurance race. Remember him just cutting off Lai Wei-Sing on the left and then getting the ideal line, inside line into turn one. So the pit window will be closing in the next lap. This is the 44th lap that Kifli is coming to. Well, this will be his 45th lap that he's about to start. As soon as he crosses the start line, the pit window will be closed for everyone. And there you go, you can actually see it, pit window closed. So, let's see what happens in these last 9 laps. You're either going to keep steady and stable, pick up your points, or you're going to have a different last 9 laps, and hopefully one that doesn't include any kind of shunts or any kind of damage to your car, especially damage that's going to affect the speed and performance. There are 2 types of damage you can have in the car. Of course, you can have the details and the outside, the chassis, the bodywork, but it's when you start getting engine problems, it's when you start getting, well, tire blowouts, I suppose, but Mitchell Chair has proved that even a tire blowout isn't that bad if the other results do go with you. Well, Kifli seems to be going faster there. Just the way he rolled that car into the corner. Situation of the race, who we expected to be up and who we expected to be on. Fazil Alam never really recovered from that problem that he had with his back bumper. He's in 24th at the moment, and is in fact just finished his 38th lap, so he's some 7 laps behind Kifli. Miguel Kong is on 25 laps. They are still running, but they just have been stretched to the max by the speed of this man. And Kifli's really taking care of these back markers very well now. Other names that we probably would have expected to do a little bit better, of course, Mark Darwin and his teammate Ye Xiang Lim. They're currently in 19th, 39 laps completed. In the Malaysia Touring class, well, pretty much as expected. Nick Marr and Chris Chris O'Shaughnessy and YC Fu and Admi Sharrell, both from Tedco Racing, are in 10th and 11th overall. And they're on 43 and 42 laps respectively. And there's a huge gap after that between, I think it's a minute or something between Chin Hua Lip and them. So the Malaysia Touring class looks to be settled, but with 7 wins out of 8 races, it was already settled by about round 3. So really this is a victory lap for Nick Marr and Chris O'Shaughnessy. Mitchell Chia, the man who escaped with the championship. Well, I shouldn't really say that. Most consistent finisher over all 8 races. As I said, 2 wins, 2 thirds, a second, a fourth, and a 6th as well. And that's what's propelled him here. But it was some scary moment for a second when that tire blew out. And it looked like Lai Wei Sing, who has taken a different road, shall we say, to getting to second. That was 2 wins and 3 seconds. 3 second places, as I'm saying. He could have quite easily snatched it. As to whether who deserves it more, reliability or wins, reliability from Mitchell Chia, wins from our engineering, well, I will leave that up to all the sports journalists and all the motorsports magazines and publications that I'm sure are going to be talking about this for a while to come. It's been another successful Malaysia Championship Series, but it's still not done yet. So the first top 5 now on lap 46, moving into lap 47. There, that looks like a stopped car, and that looks like it's the City DNT Racing team. It actually looked like 6th placed Ahmad Akid. And he's not registering on our computers, so I think it's safe to say that Ahmad Akid has just drifted out from 6th position. That's Calvin Watt in 3rd. Still pressuring Mitchell Chia for that 2nd spot, but as you can see, Mitchell has created a bit of a buffer. In fact, it's a 7-second buffer, so we are settling into it. Lai Wei Sing now 24 seconds off Keith Lee Othman and about 11 seconds off the person that he really wants to catch, Mitchell Chia. No more pit stops, pit window closed. It's been a very well, I should say a fair race. There's only one car that was under investigation. That was John Charles in the Malaysia Touring class. No other incidents apart from that tire blowout. From Mitchell Chia, which, as you can see, he recovered from. I suppose we should really say something about Calvin Wong here, who has stayed in the top 4 pretty much the entire race, even with the pit stop strategy, so he had a good chance. It's YC Fu ahead of him. He's in 2nd. And that is the R Engineering car that could have had it all. Well, all the cars look like they are all on the same lap, but they're not. This is the 300-kilometer endurance race, 54 laps of the Sepang International Circuit. The front runners have had an interesting time. Lai Wei Sing looks like he's going to be guaranteed with his 4th spot of taking the silver medal in about 6 laps. Absolutely pristine car, hasn't got himself in any trouble, and has to his, well, that's interesting. And that does not look, oh no, that indicator, yeah, still no, everything's still working just fine for Nick Marr and Chris O'Shaughnessy. I thought I saw some debris flying around. I was wondering if it was coming from their car or not. How absolutely gentlemanly from Nick Marr and Chris O'Shaughnessy. Always indicate just before you're going to go through. Well, there is a bit of damage to that front of that car, as you can see. The front skirt seems to be actually scraping the ground, but no, yes, just a little bit. But it's not in any way. Now, a stop and go penalty has been awarded, and that's to YC Fu. Race control has seen some kind of infringement that YC Fu and Avi Sharol in the second Tedco Racing car. Looks like a 6-second stop-go penalty. And also, sorry, there's a 2-second stop-go penalty for them. And it is Ifwat Atta in the other touring class car that has got the 6-second stop-go penalty. And I wonder if that's been from some kind of meeting that they both had on the track. So that's the only other incident that's really happened. Apart from that, it's just been pure thoroughbred racing as Keith Lee completes his 49th lap. So just 5 laps left to go. For the man who has spent almost 9 years on the Malaysian racing circuit, has had a really good run this year as well, except for those few incidents that meant that now this isn't a championship run he's on, but it is a run that will get him on the podium. And for someone that didn't finish 3 of the 8 races, that's not too bad. And also lives up to his reputation of being one of the fastest people in a touring car on this track. 13 seconds now between him and Mitchell Chow in second. Mitchell's not going to care about that 13 seconds. Mitchell's going to care about the 12 points. Just a few more back markers. Totally different driving environment for this final round 5. 300-kilometer endurance. There's a lot of different strategies. Now Calvin Wong is getting closer and closer to Lai Wei Sing in this last part of the race. There's 0.6 of a second between them. They've been really fighting it out. You can understand why Wei Sing wants to get as many points as he possibly can. As you can imagine, after this race being the final race of the Malaysia Championship Series 2017, there will be a set of podiums. Podiums, of course, for both these classes, the touring production and MTC as well, but also the overall champion as well. So stick around for that. not quite there yet, but we're definitely getting closer to it with 4 laps to go. Keeping off about 12 seconds ahead of Mitchell Cha. Further 7 seconds ahead of Lai Wei Sing, who is just 1 second ahead of Calvin Wong in 4th. Nahanayan's in 5th. Alan Tam is in 6th, but both of them a lap back. And to finish off, Kesaramurti in 7th, Tekian Kun in 8th, and Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy in 9th, and they're also heading the Malaysia Touring class. And I think class is the only word I'm going to use to describe another fantastic day of racing here at Sepang. There's Nahanayan. Was so threatening and so aggressive in the early part of this race. Caused a lot of trouble for the likes of Keith Lee Mitchell and Lai Wei Sing. And it's settled into a 5th spot. Only those 5 cars are on lap 50. Oddly absent in this final 300-kilometer endurance race, as I said. And based on Mark's driving style, I'm going to have to say it's the car. There was definitely something that wasn't quite right. The drivetrain or the engine or something that was leading to a performance gap, because they're usually a lot faster than that. CPK Racing have been very impressive themselves over the course of the season. A couple of thirds, 3 thirds, second. So Keith Lee onto his 51st lap now. As I did say earlier, just to get you into the perspective and dimensions of things, 300 kilometers literally would get you 7/8 of the way up the country in Malaysia, definitely across it. So it is a long drive for any of us normal people that have these road cars at home. You'd definitely be going to the gas station and getting your water and oil checked. And that's driving at the speed limit. For these guys, it's been 2 hours of full speed action, averaging round about 135. Just holding these cars on. Now I'm beginning to think that indicator is just actually the only non-functioning part of that Suzuki Swift that has won 7 out of 8 races, because that indicator just has been on now for the last 3 laps. But of course there are signals that are given between the drivers to, well, essentially get out of the way. What a drive from Keith Lee. Getting into the sweeping. Sector 3 and Sector 4 now. Onto the back straight. Be completing his 52nd lap once he makes this turn. Dictated the race from start to finish. Dictated when the pit window opened and closed. And I just hope, I really do hope, and I really do wish that he's not struck by exactly the same thing that happened in his last race, which was, I'm not kidding. You can go and check it on the Sepang International Circuit Facebook page. Round 4, race 2. He was 3 corners away from the end, and his car let him down. And I'm laughing about it now, but he certainly wasn't laughing about it then. There's Mitchell Chia. Close enough. 11 seconds behind Keith Lee on his 52nd lap. Lai Wei Sing is now in third, but 7 seconds behind. Now, I don't think he's going to be able to catch up 7 seconds in 2 laps. But me being me, I'm actually going to check to see if that affects anything. No, it shouldn't at this point. Lai Wei Sing should finish on 84 points, and Mitchell Chia should finish on 88 points. So close, but no cigar, unfortunately. And Keith Lee with his 15 would be on 65 points. If Mark Darwin is in the top 10, which he isn't, so he will definitely be pushed down. And I think that's our top 3. Mitchell Chia, Lai Wei Sing, and Keith Lee off one, which is good to see Keith Lee on that podium. And it's also a fair representation of the 3 teams that have really made a difference in the Malaysia Championship Series this year, and the N1 Racing team, the R Engineering team, and the Dr. Mayhem Racing team as well. Should be our podium positions. You love the way that there's 2 laps left, and I'm still saying should be because of all the excitement that I've seen in these races over the last 6 months. I'm not saying that these are the final positions just yet. So here we go. Once he crosses this line, it'll be the final lap. Starting his 53rd lap now. That's right, nice wide line just to take it nice and easy. Keith Lee is going to know and remember what happened in that last race, and I'm not surprised if he keeps his car, as you can see, right in the center of the track. There's absolutely no need with an 11-second lead for you to be pushing yourself any more than you should. Right in the middle, there you go. Ease it around at 95%. You should be fine. Mitchell Chia to get himself back into second. Remember, as I said, lap 31, halfway, just over halfway through the race. Full explosive tire blowout that he controlled really well. The team did really well to get that tire fixed and replaced. Lai Wei Sing was on his case, literally speeding around the track to try and make up some time, but the team got Mitchell Chia out just in time that when everything settled down after the pit stop strategies, he still came out 6 seconds ahead of his championship rival. And what's more importantly is he's going to finish 4 points ahead in the championship and take the title as well. So really good strategy from the N1 Racing team. Really good racing from the Dr. Mayhem Racing team. And, well, hard luck, I suppose you could say, for Lai Wei Sing in R Engineering. Well, that's a lot of smoke. Now, that is a lot of smoke. And I wonder if we've had an incident. Possibly, could be maybe some braking smoke, some tire from some smoke from the tires. Everyone seems to be on track. The computers, the racing, the timing. He knows it as he comes into turn 15, final corner, and finally Keith Lee has made it. The checkered flag is out. There it is, and we have a a winner. Kifli Othman and the Dr. Mayhem Racing Team. 2:34.296 was his final lap. Mitchell Cheer finishes in second and is now the confirmed winner of the Malaysia Championship Series in 2017. Lai Wei Sing is in third, which means he's going to take second spot. Kifli's going to take third spot with 88, 84 and 65 points. And as all the rest of the cars come in, Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy have also finished and done their victory lap. And you can say that they pretty much already won the championship 2 rounds ago, but now it's official that Tedco Racing has taken the Malaysia Touring class as well. What a great race, what fantastic weather, and Mitchell Cheer there, our new Malaysia Championship Series champion. No teammate, just him and his N1 racing team and that Honda Civic with a much newer tyre on one side. Bit of a scare for him on lap 31. And that was his title contender, Lai Wei Sing, who he's just up next to now. And I'm sure they're going to be exchanging some waves because it's been a great season where they've both fought really, really well. Just coming around in unison. A lot of camaraderie shared between these drivers, of course. They do spend a lot of time together. They know each other from the Malaysian motorsport scene, of course. And there they go. It's been a great season. It's been a great race and a good wave for both of them. And that's just so wonderful to see as well. And there's Kifli just behind them. Number 46, lucky number in motorsports. Valentino Rossi's number, of course. And I'm assuming that's why they call the Dr. Mayhem Racing Team. It'd be funny if Valentino has anything to do with that team, but I doubt that somehow. Now you can see there's that skirting board again. Actually looks more like a spoiler, but these guys, Nick Ma and Chris O'Shaughnessy, wow. They've finished, and this makes it 8 wins out of 9 races, which in any sport and any discipline is an unbelievable record to do over 6 months. You got to realize they got to keep the car in check, they got to keep the car in shape, they got to keep the drivers in shape, and to come up with 8 wins out of 9, wow. So now all the cars are going to be just a few more finishes coming in. Well, except for Jean-Charles and Ahmad Akid, both looks like they have DNT'd. Fadzal Alang is in the pits. Miguel Kong actually finished. We saw him with no bumper. But as they get into Parc Fermé, there's Naha Nayan. There's Lai Wei Sing. Oh, Abdul Qadir. There's Mitchell Cheer. And there is our winner. Just coming up behind them, and Mark Darwin, Kifli Othman, and Pisau Fan. Very happy from all of them. So while these cars get themselves checked out in the Parc Fermé to make sure they're all legit and all the regulations have been adhered to, we'll be back with the prize presentations in just a bit. Before I go though, just a reminder, if you want to get all the race results, all the qualifying results, any of the timings you need, and of course tickets to the massive one, the big F1 race on the 29th and 30th of September, there's only one place on the net. Well, actually there's two. www.sepangcircuit.com on the net, and of course you can check the Sepang International Circuit Facebook page. Follow it, like it, subscribe to it, and we'll be back with the prize presentation in just a bit once we have a look at this, which is the final standings. Kifli Othman and Pisau Fan, 54 laps. Mitchell Cheer some 7 seconds behind in second. Lai Wei Sing and Abdul Qadir in third. Calvin Wong with fourth. Naha Nayan with a good fifth. Kesava Morty in 6th, Taekan Bun in 7th, Alan Tam in 8th, Nick Ma in 9th, also top of the MTC, and Adrian Chong in 10th. Chin Hua Lip, part of the MTC, also in 11. YC Fu, also MTC, 12. Roy Tang, 13th. Kenny Lee in 14th. Geraldine Reed in 15th. Pao Fan in 16th. Mark Darwin, as you can see, in 17th. Surprising, but probably a problem with the car. Brendan Lim and Alex Wong in 18th. Ifwat Atta and Hugh Wei Lung in 19th and 20th. And we should be getting into our DNFs here. Well, not quite. Amiral Heikel and John Charles, I know for a fact, didn't make it. Ahmed Akid and Farik Harman, sorry, didn't make it. Amiral Heikel did. Fadzil Alang, sorry, and Fikri Rahim, also not quite the race that they were looking for, but you can only get so much ready on the day. Now, while these cars get checked out, we're going to go for a break, and we'll be back with the prize podium, so don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Hi, I'm Valentino, and I want to say ciao to all my fans, and I want to see all them here in Sepang the next October. Ciao, ciao.
I'm Maverick Viñales, happy to will be back at the Sepang test. I hope to see you 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Marc Marquez. I'm really happy to be back in Malaysia, and I will see you at the race in Sepang this 29th October 2017. Yes.
Hello, I'm Dani Pedrosa. MotoGP is back on the 29th of October. Please come to the track, and I cannot wait to see you there.
I'm Jorge Lorenzo. I'm very happy to be back in Malaysia and racing for the Ducati team. I can't wait to see all my fans in Sepang the 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Andrea Dovizioso. MotoGP is back in Sepang in October 2017. I hope to see you at the race, so book the ticket now.
Hi everybody, I'm Alex Rins, and I'm very happy to be back here 29th of October to the Malaysian race. So I hope you come to visit me. Full gas.
Hi, I am Andrea Iannone. I am very happy to be back in Malaysia, and I'm waiting you in the race.
Hi, I'm Cal Crutchlow, LCR Honda MotoGP rider. Great to be back here in Sepang, Malaysia for the winter test. We're very looking forward to seeing you on October the 29th, 2017 for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Hi everybody, I'm Johan Zarco, so happy to be back in Malaysia. So I see you in the race at Sepang on 29 October 2017.
Hi guys, Jack Miller here. MotoGP is back in October 29th to Sepang. I hope to see you all there, and make sure you come wearing your colours.
Hai semua, Assalamualaikum Malaysia. Saya Hafiz Syarin. Saya berharap peminat-peminat pemotoran dapat menyokong saya dan rider-rider Malaysia di Sepang 29 Oktober ini dan dapatkan tiket anda sekarang.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Malaysia was, in those days, relatively unknown to the rest of the world. On the other hand, we wish to promote Malaysia, promote knowledge about Malaysia, particularly for tourism. And for that, we need to be better known. To become better known, we need to do things that are recognizable by the rest of the world, that are acknowledged by the rest of the world. So we look around for shows and events which we can stage so that people will come to Malaysia, will look at Malaysia. The international F1 race is a very well-known race all over the world.
We would like to see SIC turn into a total entertainment venue. We will try to put in elements of entertainment for all walks of life, for all ages. As a total entertainment venue, we will have hotels, we will have garages for people to keep their prized vehicles, whether it is racing or not. We will have mechanic workshops, places where people can buy parts and modify their cars and motorbikes. We will have a lot of things which are related to automotive activity, whether two-wheel or four-wheel. To make the place for everybody to come and enjoy, whether or not there is racing during the weekends or just an opportunity to drive around the circuit. So that is what we want to try and turn Sepang International Circuit into in the near future.
Saya membesar, tidak jauh lagi daripada sini. Hubungan saya dengan Sepang
With the official live stream from the Sepang International Circuit, and this is of course the big podium because this is the final round of the Championship Series, and what a race we just watched. The 300-kilometer endurance finale. It had thrills, it had spills, it had action, and we now have our overall champion as well. And as I said, there's going to be a few podiums coming up. There'll be a podium for the touring production class. There'll be a podium for the MTC, and there will be the overall champion as well. And I can tell you now that it could have been so different had it not been for I should say a confluence of pit stop strategy plus some very, very good work from some of the teams as well. Big shout out to the Dr. Mayhem Racing team. Now, before any of the drivers get onto the podium, I should take this time to really thank the organizers, of course, for putting on the Malaysia Championship Series over the last 6 months, all 4 rounds, one in March and April and May and July and August. And here they are. In fact, I'm not even going to have time to thank people. I have to thank them later on because here they come.
And the winner is comes from the stage, Nigma and Chris O'Shaughnessy from Tedco Racing.
So, Nigma and Chris O'Shaughnessy, the undisputed champions.
And now it's my honor to invite Gopal Kamis, the operational maintenance of SICs with the trophies to the winners.
Of the Malaysia touring class. They really have 8 wins out of 9 races. Xinhua Lip
Jangan tedung lama-lama, Mi.
and also YC Fu Admi Sharul, Kenya, and Chris O'Shaughnessy. And there you go, the winners of not just this race, but as you'll see in a bit, the championship as well.
Drivers up here, drivers.
Bit of a photo call for them.
Thank you.
And now, well, a couple more photos. Why not? It is the end of the season. Wow, not all of them jumped. But you got to time these things really well. I mean, and as I said, the teams have done enough. Trying to get a uniform jump at the end. Well, that was possibly just a bit too much. Now, the touring production class will be up next, and while they turn up, I can continue my my thanks. Thanks to the organizers, Sepang International, of course, but also the race control themselves, all the clerks of the course, the starters, flags, and there are so many people that really get together to put these championship series races on. And of course, ourselves as well, the broadcasting team, they're all sitting around me now. We've had a lot of fun doing this. Now, here's the touring production class. Laiwi Singh and Abdul Qadir in third. They were championship leaders up to the 4th round. And there is Kifli Othman and Pisa Fan made up for that unfortunate race 2 in round 4. And have found themselves leading from start to finish, almost a flawless race from them. Mitchell Chia, who even with a tire blowout, still managed, with the help of his team, to fix that tire, get second spot, and get 12 points. And that 12 points, more than enough for him to seal the title. Now, I wonder if they're going to try a uniform jump as well. Okay, so, well, those are the two on-the-day race results. And this might be it. This might be the uniform jump.
Look here. Up.
No, it's just the trophies that need to go.
Okay. Thank you.
No jump from touring production, but a lot of winners. Now, we're going to go off for another short break. Once again, if you want to find out all the information, get on to www.sepangcircuit.com. Don't go anywhere, though, because we will be back with the overall standings and podium for the Malaysia Championship Series 2017, so stick with us.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Hi, I'm Valentino, and I want to say ciao to all my fans, and I want to see all them here in Sepang the next October. Ciao, ciao.
I'm Maverick Viñales, happy to will be back at the Sepang test. I hope to see you 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Marc Marquez. I'm really happy to be back in Malaysia, and I will see you at the race in Sepang this 29th October 2017. Yes.
Hello, I'm Dani Pedrosa. MotoGP is back on the 29th of October. Please come to the track, and I cannot wait to see you there.
I'm Jorge Lorenzo. I'm very happy to be back in Malaysia and racing for the Ducati team. I can't wait to see all my fans in Sepang the 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Andrea Dovizioso. MotoGP is back in Sepang in October 2017. I hope to see you at the race, so book the ticket now.
Hi everybody, I'm Alex Rins, and I'm very happy to be back here 29th of October to the Malaysian race. So I hope you come to visit me. Full gas.
Hi, I am Andrea Iannone. I am very happy to be back in Malaysia, and I waiting you in the race.
Hi, I'm Cal Crutchlow, LCR Honda MotoGP rider. Great to be back here in Sepang, Malaysia for the winter test. We're very looking forward to seeing you on October the 29th, 2017 for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Hi everybody, I'm Johan Zarco, so happy to be back in Malaysia. So I see you in the race at Sepang on 29 October 2017.
Hi guys, Jack Miller here. MotoGP is back in October 29th to Sepang. I hope to see you all there and make sure you come wearing your colours.
Hai semua, Assalamualaikum Malaysia. Saya Hafiz Syarin. Saya berharap peminat-peminat pemotoran dapat menyokong saya dan rider-rider Malaysia di Sepang 29 Oktober ini dan dapatkan tiket anda sekarang.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Malaysia was, in those days, relatively unknown to the rest of the world. On the other hand, we wish to promote Malaysia, promote knowledge about Malaysia, particularly for tourism. And for that, we need to be better known. To become better known, we need to do things that are recognizable by the rest of the world, that are acknowledged by the rest of the world. So we look around for shows and events which we can stage so that people will come to Malaysia, will look at Malaysia. The international F1 race is a very well-known race all over the world.
To see SIC turn into a total entertainment venue. We will try to put in elements of entertainment for all walks of life, for all ages. As a total entertainment venue, we will have hotels, we will have garages for people to keep their prized vehicles, whether it is racing or not. We will have mechanic workshops, places where people can buy parts and modify their cars and motorbikes. We will have a lot of things which are related to automotive activity, whether two-wheel or four-wheel. To make the place for everybody to come and enjoy, whether or not there is racing during the weekends or just an opportunity to drive around the circuit. So that is what we want to try and turn Sepang International Circuit into in the near future.
track Sepang ni bagi saya adalah saya membesar. Tidak jauh lagi daripada sini. Hubungan saya dengan Sepang ni boleh katakan daripada saya kecil lagi. Setiap kali saya berlumba di lintas Sepang, suhunya memang sangat tinggi. Memang panas. Ianya cabaran bagi semua pelumba. Tapi saya sukakan cabaran tu. Saya akhirkan perlumbaan saya di tempat kedua. Dan itu adalah satu podium pertama saya. Untuk mendapat podium pertama saya di kampung halaman saya sendiri cukup membanggakan.
Sepang International Circuit is more than just Formula One, MotoGP or motorsports. We have now positioned SIC as a multifaceted venue. Non-motorsport events is where we want to position SIC. We organize international musical events, concerts. We had Jamiroquai, we had Fatboy Slim, we had Rain, we had the Korean Pop Awards, we had David Guetta, and we got Guns N' Roses. And not only that, we got weddings. We have requests to do weddings, Chinese weddings, Malay weddings. We had annual dinners, we have gala dinners. This is something that people don't know about, but the corporate industry, the business, they all know that Sepang is more than just motorsport. We are a unique venue, a unique facility whereby motorsports is part of it. And you can't get it anywhere in Malaysia, and that's what's unique about SIC. If you plan to have an event, think of us.
And so we are back with the big one, the big podium. This will be for the overall season standings. And of course to crown the new champion for this year.
23 and 66. 29, 23 and 66. Can I have all 16 now, please? Thank you.
As you can just hear from the announcer there, those three cars, Mitchell Chia, Lai Wei Sing, and Calvin Wong, who, by finishing fourth, has actually pipped Keithley. So we won't be seeing him on the podium. 88 for Mitchell Chia, 74 for our engineering's Abdul Katir and Lai Wei Sing, and Calvin Wong in the end with 8 points has made it to third spot. So unlucky for Keithley again. So we're just waiting for the drivers to come to the podium. And once again, I'll just remind you that if you want to find out anything about this series, which has now been on for 2 years and has really, really shone, get on to www.sepangcircuit.com, and you can get not just the race results or the qualifying results or the free practice results, but from every single round. And if that wasn't good enough, thanks to the wonders of the digital age and the internet and live streams, you can actually watch the entire season again, because all 8, in fact, all 9 of these races have been archived on the Sepang International Circuit Facebook page. So go and have a look if you really want to find out and see some of these incidents that have happened over the season. Trust me, it's all worth watching. We'll be back with the podium ceremony in just a second.
also cut out the 6 Baron Seek and Calvin Moore to the podium, please. Car number 36, 37, and 66.
Should be 6. Let's see. Hold on.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Hi, I'm Valentino, and I want to say ciao to all my fans, and I want to see all them here in Sepang the next October. Ciao, ciao.
I'm Maverick Viñales, happy to will be back at the Sepang test. I hope to see you 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Marc Marquez. I'm really happy to be back in Malaysia, and I will see you at the race in Sepang this 29th October 2017. Yes.
Hello, I'm Dani Pedrosa. MotoGP is back on the 29th of October. Please come to the track, and I cannot wait to see you there.
I'm Jorge Lorenzo. I'm very happy to be back in Malaysia and racing for the Ducati team. I can't wait to see all my fans in Sepang the 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Andrea Dovizioso. MotoGP is back in Sepang in October 2017. I hope to see you at the race, so book the ticket now.
Hi everybody, I'm Alex Rins, and I'm very happy to be back here 29th of October to the Malaysian race. So I hope you come to visit me. Full gas.
Hi, I am Andrea Iannone. I am very happy to be back in Malaysia, and I'm waiting you in the race.
Hi, I'm Cal Crutchlow, LCR Honda MotoGP rider. Great to be back here in Sepang, Malaysia for the winter test. We're very looking forward to seeing you on October the 29th, 2017 for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Hi everybody, I'm Johan Zarco, so happy to be back in Malaysia. So I see you in the race at Sepang on 29 October 2017.
Hi guys, Jack Miller here. MotoGP is back in October 29th to Sepang. I hope to see you all there, and make sure you come wearing your colours.
Hai semua, Assalamualaikum Malaysia. Saya Hafiz Syarin. Saya berharap peminat-peminat pemotoran dapat menyokong saya dan rider-rider Malaysia di Sepang 29 Oktober ini dan dapatkan tiket anda sekarang.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world. Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Hi, I'm Valentino, and I want to say ciao to all my fans, and I want to see all them here in Sepang the next October. Ciao, ciao.
I'm Maverick Viñales, happy to will be back at the Sepang test. I hope to see you 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Marc Marquez. I'm really happy to be back in Malaysia, and I will see you at the race in Sepang this 29th October 2017. Yes.
Hello, I'm Dani Pedrosa. MotoGP is back on the 29th of October. Please come to the track, and I cannot wait to see you there.
I'm Jorge Lorenzo. I'm very happy to be back in Malaysia and racing for the Ducati team. I can't wait to see all my fans in Sepang the 29th of October.
Hi, I'm Andrea Dovizioso. MotoGP is back in Sepang in October 2017. I hope to see you at the race, so book the ticket now.
Hi everybody, I'm Alex Rins, and I'm very happy to be back here 29th of October to the Malaysian race. So I hope you come to visit me. Full gas.
Hi, I am Andrea Iannone. I am very happy to be back in Malaysia, and I'm waiting you in the race.
Hi, I'm Cal Crutchlow, LCR Honda MotoGP rider. Great to be back here in Sepang, Malaysia for the winter test. We're very looking forward to seeing you on October the 29th, 2017 for the Malaysian Grand Prix.
Hi everybody, I'm Johan Zarco, so happy to be back in Malaysia. So I see you in the race at Sepang on 29 October 2017.
Hi guys, Jack Miller here. MotoGP is back in October 29th to Sepang. I hope to see you all there, and make sure you come wearing your colours.
Hai semua, Assalamualaikum Malaysia. Saya Hafiz. Saya berharap peminat-peminat pemotoran dapat menyokong saya dan rider-rider Malaysia di Sepang 29 Oktober ini dan dapatkan tiket anda sekarang.
Welcome to the finest Grand Prix circuit in the world.
Well, as you just saw, some of the biggest names in motorsport, and they're all asking you to get down to the Sepang International Circuit, not just for the MotoGP that's going to be happening in October, but of course celebrating 19 years of F1 on September 29th, and you just saw the number up there as to how you can get information and tickets of that. It's going to be an absolutely incredible race, so don't miss it. Once again, all information you need to get, www.sepangcircuit.com. We're about ready, as you can see, for the Touring Production Class Overall Championship. This is the moment that all these drivers have been waiting for since March, which was the first round. And what an incredible 5 rounds it's been. Of course, I hesitated a bit because this 5th round was a little bit different from the first 4. The first 4 were 2 race weekends, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. A lot of fun for the fans, a lot of fun for the teams, of course. And this final 300-kilometer endurance race, well, thankfully went off without a hitch. And most importantly, of course, no injuries. And it was just one spectacular tire blowout that actually led to, well, funnily enough, Mitchell Chia still winning. And Mitchell Chia will be out here now as you get the big flags coming out. And what will be confirmed soon as we look at some of the crowds gathering outside the podium is, yes, that in 4th place will be Kifli Othman because of that 15 points he just picked up. He should be on 65 points. 3rd place will go to Calvin Wong and Baron Sim from R Engineering because of their 4th finish today. That's 67 points. Abdul Katir and Lai Wei Singh will take 2nd spot with 74 points, and Mitchell Chia 88 points for a wonderful 2nd place, which a lot of people thought would have been in doubt after quite an incredible tire blowout on lap 31. That was not just a tire blowout, it was a tire blowout about 3 feet away from the pit wall with cars next to him behind. And not only that, the tire exploded to such an extent it actually took off half of his front fender as well. So wonderful work from the team, as I said. Well, here we go.
We are going to start with the touring production category. 3rd place winner will win a trophy for each driver and 8,000 ringgit prize money with 67 points in total. 3rd place goes to car number 66 from R Engineering. This one from Baron Sim and Calvin Wong.
Baron Sim and Calvin Wong in the first of the R Engineering teams. 8,000 ringgit plus a trophy.
2nd place winner will win a trophy for each driver and 9,000 ringgit prize money with 74 points in total. 2nd place goes to car number 23, also from R Engineering, Lai Wei Singh and Abdul Katir.
R Engineering again, Abdul Katir and Lai Wei Singh with 9,000 ringgit and a trophy. Great performance from R Engineering.
11,000 ringgit prize money and an exclusive custom-made BRMT 1244 Drive Master Sepang Circuit watch worth 33,000 ringgit each. courtesy of BRN Photographs. The champion of touring production category for 2017 with 88 points goes to car number 29 from N1 Racing Team, Mitchell Chia.
And a big round of applause from everyone for Mitchell Chia, who has proved that it's not just wins that win you championships, it is reliability. Once again, the only driver to have scored points in every single race in the touring production class. And that includes 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. And that's the kind of good delivering of points, the good haul of points that you get every weekend that sees you on that #1 spot. No teammate for Mitchell Chia. The N1 Racing Team have come out as champions of the Malaysia Championship Series 2017. There he is. Don't forget, Mitchell Chia is only 19 years old. What a career this boy has in front of him. The overall champion for the Malaysian Championship Series in 2017. Will he defend his title next year? We'll have to wait and see. But I tell you one thing, a lot of people in the motorsports industry are going to be watching this 19-year-old who, as I said, has scored in every single round of every race. This was the podium they're waiting for. Big checks. I myself, as a commentator, have actually wondered how you cash big checks like that. You can't really take them to the bank, can you? But I'm sure there's a special protocol for it. If you can go in. They don't fit in the machines, you see. That's the thing.
And now to present the BRN Pacific Award to the champion is once again it's my honor to invite Dr. Hamid in a corporation of the organization.
Big photo call. But it really isn't about the money. It's really about the experience. It's about a great season and a very special cap, champion's cap. And of course, all the accolades and all the sponsors and all the extra rewards. To the winner, the spoils.
The winners.
And that's great to see for the photo, all get together. I doubt with the trophy and checks all being held, there will be a universal jump, which we kind of saw earlier. But there they are. Sure, Kifli Othman is somewhere just off screen. He finished 4th in the end. Great run from him over the season. And we do have to say that he's one of the drivers that did create a lot of great headlines for the Malaysia Championship Series and some wonderful driving, and again proved that he is possibly the fastest man on the track. But that, as I said earlier, it's not speed that wins you races, it's skill that wins you everything. And Mitchell Chia, even at 19 years young, has shown that, because as we remember, these are all touring production cars. These cars are very similar indeed in terms of their regulations. So to have come out on top and to have come up with such a reliable run of results over the 5 rounds is really quite amazing. Now we move on to the Malaysia touring car, which was a different category really. It was a different, not just a different class and category, but it was a different situation and a different story as well.
Third place winner will win a trophy for each driver and 6,000 ringgit prize money. With 72 points in total, third place goes to car number 37, Roy Tang Tian-Fu.
3 Suzuki Swifts in the end were swift enough to take the top 3 spots. That's Tang Tian-Fu, Roy, 6,000 ringgit for him at 72 points.
And 8,000 ringgit prize money. Second place goes to car number 36 with 81 points, Kenny Lee, Wang Yuan and Neo Cheng Han.
Kenny Lee and Neo Cheng Han in second with 81 points.
And the champion will win a trophy each, 10,000 ringgit prize money.
And they were the only team that actually denied the eventual winners their 1 loss.
Courtesy of BRN Photographs, the champion of the touring car category for 2017 with 126 points in total goes to car number 76 from 10 Core Racing. Please welcome Matthew Chen and Chris O'Shaughnessy.
Nick Marsuchen and Chris O'Shaughnessy, no words can describe what they've done, really, with 8 wins out of 9, and it's only the 2 drivers in white next to them that denied them that one other win, but what a performance. As I was just saying to one of my compatriots here in the studio, that to win 8 out of 9 races in any category, in any discipline, in any sport, really just shows great teamwork, great dedication, great determination, and of course a whole lot of talent as well. These cars, again, Malaysia Touring Class cars, very similar. All 3 Suzuki Swifts. It was really down to the regulations as to how they did it, but what a performance. Double win round 1, double win in round 2, double win in round 3, win in race 1 of round 4, and a win in round 5 as well. Fully deserving of their championship, and essentially they had this championship wrapped up by about round 3. 126 points, some 40 odd points ahead of Kenny Lee and Neo Cheng Hen. There you go, the 2017 overall champion in the Malaysia Touring Car class. Will they defend their championship next year? Based on these stats, I would actually say probably, but we never know. We'll have to wait and see. They also had a bit of a disadvantage in this race, in that the front of their car, which I actually just saw outside when I was walking, was literally scraping the road. The front skirt had dropped so much, it was literally scraping the road. It was absolutely demolished, but they still managed to come through on top. And the big picture at the end.
Can you look up here?
And with that, we bring to the end another great day of racing at the Sepang International Circuit and another great Malaysia Championship Series as well. This has been the 2017 series. We've got both the champions now. I'd like to thank everyone involved with bringing this together, and of course the broadcasters as well, and you guys for watching from not just Malaysia but everywhere around the world. Join us again next year for another Malaysia Championship Series. For everyone up here, from everyone up here at Sepang, it's goodbye.